Tiger basketball on WDLB is sponsored by Comfort Systems Heating and Cooling of Marshfield, Art's Body Shop in Marshfield, Marshfield Utilities, Security Health Plan, the Marshfield Tiger Hoops Club, Quality Roofing, and the Hearing House. It's Marshfield Tiger basketball on AM 1450.
WDLB.
Good evening and welcome to the Bosun Company Fieldhouse in Marshfield for Wisconsin Valley Conference basketball tonight on AM 1450 WDLB and on WDLB WOSQ.com. This evening, the Marshfield Tigers and the Stevens Point Panthers meet in a girls and boys basketball doubleheader. Tom Muthmeyer is our producer this evening. I'm Gene Delisio. Happy to have you with us for Tiger basketball this evening here on WDLB and WOSQ. Two big ball games here at the Fieldhouse this evening. In game one, Marshfield facing Stevens Point, the ball club which lost to DC Everest last week, and that knocks them out of a tie for first place and puts Everest alone in first place in the Wisconsin Valley Conference at 7-0. Stevens Point next at 6-1. Marshfield in fifth place at 2-4. But the Tigers coming off a big win on Saturday. They went 2-1 a key and won a non-conference game over the Wanakee Ball Club, 56-52. Tigers were down by 15 in the first half of that game, came back to win that contest by 4, and they played only 7 players in that contest, as Hannah Meverden and Sophie Kane are both sidelined, at least temporarily. Some more distressing news as they've lost another player, as Desiree Weisenberger is sidelined with illness, and so she will not see action for the Tigers this evening. So the Tigers only have 6 varsity players in uniform this evening, plus 2 JV players who could see action as well. Marshfield and Stevens Point this evening in Wisconsin Valley Conference girls and boys basketball. Happy to have you with us for our broadcast tonight here on WDLB. Our pregame report this evening, a service of the Baltus Bread and Butter Shops in Marshfield. When you gas up at the Tiger or Don's Pride Pumps on North Central Avenue next to Walgreens, 2 cents per gallon is donated to that school system. That's at the Baltus Bread and Butter Shop next to Walgreens on North Central Avenue in Marshfield. We'll come back to the Bosun Company Fieldhouse and more of our pregame report following these messages.
Buying a home can make you feel like a mouse in an endless maze. Wrong turn here, wrong turn there. At Fairway Independent Mortgage Corporation, they want to guide you through every turn to help you find the cheese.
This is Todd Schultz with Fairway Mortgage. We want to be your trusted lender for life. We work with FHA, VA, WIDA, USDA, conventional, and reverse mortgage loans. Come in today or call us to set up an appointment. We'll review all your options. You get more home loan solutions with Fairway of Marshfield.
Fairway is your local mortgage specialist. Visit Fairway at 211 South Central Avenue, downtown Marshfield. Also on the internet at fairwaymarshfield.com.
Just to mention a few of the necessities you'll find at Marshfield Book and Stationery, M11 West McMillan in Marshfield. Stop in and see them today or call 715-387-1286. Store hours are Monday through Friday, 8 to 5.
Marshfield and Stevens Point this evening, Wisconsin Valley Conference girls basketball at the Bosun Company Fieldhouse in Marshfield. Let's take a look at the Wisconsin Valley Conference girls basketball standings heading into action tonight. DC Everest in first place at 7-0. Stevens Point is 6-1. Wausau West 4-3. Wisconsin Rapids 3-4. Marshfield 2-4. Merrill 2-5. And Wausau East is 0-7. The other girls basketball games in the Wisconsin Valley Conference tonight. Wausau West and Wisconsin Rapids are meeting at Wausau West this evening, and Merrill is at Wausau East as part of a girls and boys doubleheader. The girls contest starting at about 6 o'clock, followed by the boys game at Wausau East High School. Marshfield again coming off a big win on Saturday, coming back from a 15-point deficit to beat Wanakee by 4, 56-52. And for Marshfield Tiger girls basketball coach, that is career win number 299. Coach Michaels now has a record of 299 wins and 98 losses in her Tiger coaching career. Her ball club below 500 this year, but that certainly is not a terrible thing for this Tiger ball club, which has been beset by injury and illness and low numbers this season. But still, the Tigers have won 6 ball games. Looking forward to greater success as this year develops as well. Marshfield and Stevens Point tonight in this girls and boys basketball doubleheader at Stevens Point. Don't forget the boys game coming up following this contest. That's a big one as well, because coming into this boys game this evening, Marshfield and Stevens Point share first place in the Wisconsin Valley Conference. Each team 5-1 in league play, so lots at stake in that boys game, which will start at about 7:30 this evening. We'll broadcast that game as well tonight right here on WDLB following our coverage of Marshfield Tiger girls basketball. Tomorrow evening on WDLB, it's Big East basketball as Marquette plays at Xavier. Our broadcast of that game tomorrow evening at 5 p.m. right here on AM 1450 WDLB and on WDLB-WOSQ.com. Getting set for basketball at the Bosun Company Fieldhouse in Marshfield as Marshfield faces Stevens Point in a Wisconsin Valley Conference girls and boys basketball doubleheader. We'll come back with more of our pregame report following these messages.
Whether it's inside your home or outside your home, rely on Stern Weiss & Sons of Marshfield for ideas to make it beautiful. From easy do-it-yourself wall brick to cozy heat wood and gas fireplaces to Pittsburgh Corning glass block products, outside or concrete landscape paving block, their new retaining wall block, Stern Weiss & Sons can make your project easy and beautiful. So keep an open mind and open new doors at Stern Weiss & Sons of Marshfield.
Here's another Tooth Truth from Dental Clinic of Marshfield.
Dental Clinic of Marshfield helps people rest easier. Sleep problems related to breathing aren't just bothersome, they can be dangerous. Snoring and sleep apnea may be managed with help from your dentist at Dental Clinic of Marshfield.
Dental Clinic of Marshfield. Dental care for life. Schedule an appointment today at any of their 3 offices in Marshfield, Stratford, or Neilsville. Learn more at dentalclinicofmarshfield.com.
An excellent from the ground up starts with a solid foundation, support among its members, and the development of a winning tradition. If you're planning to build or remodel, think of the tradition offered at Trudeau Construction of Marshfield. They handle everything from new homes to additions, remodeling projects, kitchens and baths, cabinets, wood floors, decks, and gazebos. Have a project in mind? Plan it from the ground up by dialing 387-2239 for Trudeau Construction, Marshfield.
Marshfield and Stevens Point tonight, Wisconsin Valley Conference boys and girls basketball doubleheader here at the Bosun Company Fieldhouse in Marshfield. Nice crowd on hand to watch this one. We expect to see more fans throughout the evening, especially for that big boys game taking place after this contest tonight. So it should be a lot of fun watching the Tiger boys and girls and Stevens Point here at the Bosun Company Fieldhouse this evening. The Marshfield Tiger Pep Band is on hand. We're going to have the national anthem as sung by one of the young ladies from Marshfield High School. There's our national anthem. We're set for basketball tonight, Marshfield and Stevens Point in our girls and boys basketball doubleheader this evening. Let's pass along the starting lineups for this girls contest, a service of Sternweiss & Sons and their block division at 400 East Arnold Street in Marshfield. For Stevens Point, at center, Leah Ernest, 5'11" sophomore, averaging 18.4 points per game. The forwards are Rachel Sullivan, 5'9" senior, averaging 8.6, and Haley Grigorich, 5'7" senior, averaging 4.5. The guards are Madison Rogan, 5'4" junior, averaging 14.6, and Maggie Nagard, 5'10" senior. She is now the all-time leading scorer in SPASH history with 1,186 points. She's averaging 18.9 points per game and will play her college basketball next season at Drake. Stevens Point coached by Craig Terpstra. The Panthers 14-2 overall, 6-1 in the Wisconsin Valley Conference. For the Marshfield Tigers, at center, Katie Osinski, a 5'9" senior, averaging 11.1 points per game. The forwards are Jenna Jacoby, 5'9" junior, averaging 15.4 points per game, and Meg Bryan, 5'9" senior, averaging 12.1. The guards, Corianne Johnson, 5'8" senior, averaging 4.1, and Katie Johnson, 5'6" sophomore, averaging 1.9. Tigers coached by Heidi Michaels. In her 17th season, her record 299 wins and 98 losses. She is assisted by Dean Bryan and Jess Stavitsky. The Tigers are 6-8 overall, 2-4 in the Wisconsin Valley Conference. Again, the Tigers shorthanded. Desiree Weisenberger is injured this evening and will not play. Hannah Meverden is ill. She will not play. She may come back later this week. Sophie Kane sidelined for the rest of the season due to a knee injury. The Tigers do have two JV players on the bench, Paige Preston and Emily Weiss, and so they could see action if need be this evening. Tigers in white, Spash in black. Jacoby and Ernest on the center jump. Tip goes to Spash, and Point in front court to our right. Sullivan, far wing, to the free throw line, down the lane, stop, goes back out to Nagard. To the foul line, turned away there. Rogan on the near side. Holds the ball, brings it back out top once again. Defense by Katie Johnson. Goes baseline, leans in and gets double teamed and walk with the ball. Over there to provide some defensive support, and Rogan had no place to go. Now Spash with a full court diamond press. Corianne Johnson double teamed in backcourt. Looks for some help. Is harassed along the far sideline. Finds Meg Bryan on the near side. Front court to Jacoby. Jenna will drive down the floor, lay it up and in. Tigers break the press for two and lead 2-0. Spash back on the attack. Nagard on the near wing. The top of the key, down the lane, leans in, one-hander off the glass and in. Maggie Nagard scores it for Spash to tie. And again, Spash with backcourt pressure. Katie Johnson with it, moves across the 10-second line. Hands back out top to Meg Bryan. Corianne Johnson on the far wing. Jacoby out top, man-to-man defense by Spash. Katie Johnson into Osinski down low, layup is good. Osinski scores it, Tigers go back up by 2. We've played 1 minute. Spash on offense, Nagard far side. Hits Sullivan, lob inside, Ernest down low. At the fair line, she'll take a shot and miss it. And Katie Johnson there to grab the rebound for Marshfield. Katie back across the 10-second line for the Tigers. Bryan outside the arc, swings it back near side to Corianne Johnson. Osinski top of the circle. Right back to Corianne on the near wing. Picked up by Rogan, gets a screen from Osinski. Pass near side, broken up and stolen away by Grigorich. He'll drive down the floor and lay it in. Steal and basket for Hallie Grigorich. That ties the ball game at 4. Tigers have to watch turnovers tonight. Now Jacoby brings the ball across the timeline into Osinski. Katie has no place to go. Goes back out top to Bryan. Jacoby high post, can't get down the lane. Back out top to Meg Bryan. And she'll reset the offense. Here's Corianne on the near wing. Picked up by Rogan. She'll drive to the free throw line, hand outside the arc to Jacoby. Top of the key, Bryan open. Three-pointer by Meg is up and around and out. Ball in the far corner, and Katie Johnson tries to save it. But out of bounds over the baseline to Stevens Point. 15:50 remaining. You're listening to Marshfield Tiger basketball on AM 1450, WDLB Marshfield, and WDLB-WOSQ.com. Tom Uthmeyer, our producer. I'm Gene Delisio. Here's Leah Ernest down the lane. Lost the ball out of bounds. Driving to the basket. Ball went off her knee over the baseline out of bounds. Deadlocked at 4 early in the first half. Bryan in backcourt threw a double team, lost it, but got knocked down. And a foul called on Stevens Point. Leah Ernest on the foul. Her first team foul. Tigers inbound, baseline front court. Katie Johnson lobs to Jacoby. Ahead to Corianne, still in backcourt. Now the pressure backs off, and Corianne across the timeline. Stands in the center circle. Picked up by Sullivan. Bryan outside the arc. It's a screen from Corianne. Lobs downstairs to Osinski. He to the heart of the basket. Lays up and missed it. Kept alive by Jacoby. Jenna lost it. Taken away by Nagard. Then stolen away from behind by Bryan. Tigers have the ball right back. Meg back across the 10-second line. Katie Johnson far wing. On the drive. Stopped out top. Near side to Bryan. Three-pointer by Meg is offline. Ball in the corner and tracked down by Leah Ernest of Stevens Point. She breaks to front court herself. Goes down the lane. Leans in with a jump step and missed the lay-in. And Corianne Johnson there to grab the rebound for Marshfield. Tigers come back to forecourt near side. Katie Johnson, three-pointer up, around and out. Ball's on the floor and grabbed by Sullivan. Now Stevens Point goes the other way. Sullivan passing in the lane to Nagard. She'll drive her shot, rejected by Jacoby and grabbed by Corianne Johnson. Now Corianne will walk it up. Moves across the timeline on Rogan, near side to Katie Johnson. Fakes the three. Cross court to Bryan. Meg on the drive, turned away. Near side, Corianne has it back. Looks for Cutter. Jacoby not free. High post Osinski fires. Missed the shot, but walked with the ball, setting up the shot. Tigers bring in Maddie Michaels. 5'7" freshman, averaging 3.4 per game for Katie Osinski. 14:20 remaining first half. We're deadlocked at 4. And Spash on offense in front court to our left. Tigers go 2-3 zone here. Nagard near side to Rogan. Holds outside the arc. Nagard back out top. In the lane, Ernest. Drives, cut off. Back out top, Nagard. A long three is away and good. Maggie Nagard for 3. And the Spash lead is at 3. Their first lead of the ball game. Backcourt pressure by Spash. Corianne Johnson up the near sideline. And she'll cross on Rogan. Far side to Katie Johnson. Picked up by Ernest. Comes back near side to Michaels. Maddie holds outside the arc. Corianne top of the circle. Drops the ball. Gets it back in front of Rogan. Rogan on her very tightly. Back on the near side. Michaels with it. Man-to-man defense by Spash. Bryan on the far wing. She'll drive down the lane. Lean in. Off balance 10-footer. No good. Pulled in by Rogan. Stevens Point breaks to front court. They have some numbers here. Rogan all the way down the lane. Laced up on Johnson and missed it. Rebound to Ernest. Back up and it rolls out again. Rebound to Ernest again. Comes back out to Nagard for a three-point try. Good. Well, the Tigers give up 3 shots. Results in a 3. And Spash goes up by 5. Here's Jacoby to front court. Ball tipped loose from behind, out of bounds, down the court. And out of bounds to Marshfield. And Stevens Point making changes here. Maddie Fink, 5'11" senior, averaging 4.1 per game, will come in the contest for Stevens Point, along with Jenna Bohansky, 5'2" senior, averaging 2.8. Tigers inbound in the near corner. Meg Bryan on the near wing, can't get off the three-point try. Michaels in the corner, dribbles back outside with it. Maddie back out top, swings it far side to Katie Johnson. Corianne on the far wing, looks for a cutter. Jacoby not free. Katie Johnson back out top. Here's Michaels near side for 3, partially blocked. And grabbed by Sullivan. Then she kicks the ball loose, picks it back up, heads to Ernest. She'll drive down the floor, lay it up, and it rolls in. Leah Ernest scores it. Stevens Point leads by 7. Marshfield takes a timeout. Tigers use their first timeout with 12:40 remaining in the first half. Our score, Stevens Point 11 and the Marshfield Tigers 4. Reminder that we have Merriwood Conference boys basketball tonight on Sports Radio 92.3 FM WOSQ. Stratford at Edgar. That broadcast begins this evening at 7 p.m. Other Merriwood boys games tonight. Auburndale is at Assumption. Athens at Abbotsford. Marathon at Newman. Rib Lake at Shawamigan. And Phillips is at Prentice in Merriwood Conference boys basketball tonight. Tigers only with 6 varsity players this evening due to injuries to Desiree Weisenberger and Sophie Kane and illness to Hannah Meverden. Hopefully Hannah will come back for the Rapids game on Friday. Tigers coming length of the floor, down by 7. Corianne Johnson facing a possible trap. Stands behind the line, comes across to Meg Bryan. Back to Corianne on the near side. Bryan gets it back, baseline to Michaels. Facing a double team, dribbles out of it, high post Jacoby, and Maddie walks with the ball, making that pass. 3 Tiger turnovers. Point ball in backcourt, they're up by 7. They've scored 9 straight and trailing 4-2. Nagard on her way to Drake University to front court for Stevens Point. Off a screen to the near side. Cross court Bohanski. She'll line up a 3-point try and miss it. Ball's on the floor and taken by Ernest baseline. Back outside again. Here's a 3-pointer up by Fink. It's no good. And she tracks down her own long rebound. Pass back inside. Broke it up and Jacoby has it. Jenna up the floor with a 1-on-2. She'll drive down the floor, lay it up, and it rolls in. And she's fouled as well. Jenna Jacoby gets the basket. It's good. Stevens Point foul. It's on Nagard, her first foul. Second team foul, and Jenna Jacoby, foul line right, attempting a 3-point play. Her shot is away and around, and it falls in. So Jenna has 5. Tigers down by 4. 11:55 remaining in the first half. Point to forecourt. Bohanski out front. Swings it back near side to Keelan Kustahusky. Fink back out top. Bohanski with it. Nagard gets it back on the far side. Can't drive on Corianne Johnson. Pulls it back out off a screen. She'll drive, pick and roll inside to Fink for the lay-in. Pick and roll play. Maddie Fink scores. Spash by 6. Marshfield to forecourt. Corianne Johnson comes out top to Bryan. Baseline to Michaels. Looks like points in a 1-3-1. They're extending out. Far side Bryan. Baseline Michaels. A 3 by Maddie is good. Maddie Michaels for 3, her 13th of the year. Tigers trail by 3. Spash comes back to front court. Nagard on the near side. A long 3 is away and no good. And Katie Osinski back in the ball game. Screens off to grab the rebound. Corianne Johnson has it. Moves across the timeline to Meg Bryan. Baseline Maddie Michaels. Meg gets it back at the far hash mark. Swings it back near side to Jacoby. Jenna can't drive. Michaels gets it back, right back to Meg. In the lane to Osinski. Goes back out to Corianne on the near side. Now Michaels resets out top. Far side Jacoby with it. 1-on-1 with Nagard. A lot of outside passing here. Bryan baseline to Michaels. Bounces back outside to Bryan once again. Jacoby holds. Swings it near side Michaels. 3-pointer by Maddie is offline. And the rebound kept alive by Corianne Johnson, who can save it. Good effort by Corianne to get up there and tip that ball outside. She tried to go after it, went over the baseline out of bounds. Katie Johnson back in for Maddie Michaels in the Tiger lineup. Nope, it's going to be Corianne who leaves. 10:25 remaining first half, and Spash on top, 13-10. Point back on offense, front court to our left. Rogan top of the circle. Heads for the far side of the baseline. Can't get off a shot. Passing in the lane to Fink and swings it back outside where it's stolen by Meg Bryan. Tigers force the turnover. Meg across the 10-second line, near side to Jacoby. Osinski out front, holds the ball. Dribbles around, far side to Bryan. 3-pointers away and good. Meg Bryan for 3. That ties the ball game at 13. 9:55 left first half. Spash ball. Pass comes near side to Bohanski. Downstairs Fink turns. This little jump hook is away and good. Maddie Fink in too deep. She's a 5'11 player. Can't let her get in that deep. Spash back up by 2. Bryan facing a trap. Needs some help. Comes across the line to Michaels. Maddie back out of the center line. Gives back to Meg. High post Osinski. Katie down the lane. Lays it up and it rolls off, but she's fouled on the shot. And that'll be on Maddie Fink. Her first foul. 3rd team foul. Katie Osinski on the foul line. For a couple of free throws. Katie shooting 59% on the foul line this year. She scored 11 against Stevens Point in the first game between these two schools earlier this season. Katie set. Her first free throw is no good. 9:30 remaining first half. Stevens Point leads 15-13. Katie Osinski with a second foul shot. Free throw is away and good. Katie now leaves and Corianne Johnson back in for the Tigers. Marshfield down by 1 as we approach the halfway mark of this first half. Stevens Point ball in front court to our left. Rogan has the basketball. He's back out top. Bohanski with it. Swings near side to Fink. Down the lane, Sullivan is turned away by Johnson. Bohanski on the far wing to the foul line, stop there. Kostahusky back outside, knocked down by Michaels, but picked up by Rogan on the near wing. Now Sullivan drives, backs into the foul line, turned away. Fink to the lane, inside. Short jumper is banked up and in. Boy, she just kind of threw up a jump hook from 10 feet away. It rolled off the glass and in. And Stevens Point by 3, 8:55 remaining first half. Marshfield on offense. Michaels top of the circle. Corian on the near side. Back out top, Jacoby. Jenna holds top of the circle. Katie Johnson going down the lane, cut off. Corian gets it back to the baseline. Hands back to Jenna. Foul line jumper partially blocked, but Jenna gets it back. Far side to O'Brien. Meg holds outside the arc, starts to drive, kicks out to Corian. Baseline Jacoby, 15-footer is up and around and out. Ball's on the floor and grabbed by Madison Rogan of Stevens Point. Spash rushing to front court. Bohanski goes far side to Kostahusky. Pass downstairs to Fink. Double team, comes back outside with it. Sullivan holds it on the far wing. Bohanski top of the circle once again. Turns, fires a long two, up and in. A long two for Jenna Bohanski gives a Spash a 5-point lead. 8 minutes left in the first half. Marshfield on the attack. Bryan across the timeline. Corian Johnson far wing. Back out top, Jacoby with it. Looks back door. Corian not free, being covered by Fink. Now baseline Jacoby. Jenna drives inside. Short jumper, no good. And pulled in by Fink, ahead to Rogan. Run out for Stevens Point. Rogan down the lane. Stops, goes baseline to Bohanski. 15-footer, no good. Kicks out long and taken by Katie Johnson. Katie with a one-handed rebound that time. Now Meg Bryan back to front court for the Tigers. End-to-end action so far tonight. Here's Jacoby on the near side. Not many breaks so far this evening. Jenna to the foul line, hands back to Corian. Still holds it. Waits for some movement here. Starts to drive, cut off. Near side, Katie Johnson for three. Good. Katie Johnson, her third three of the year. Marshfield down by 2. Spash forecourt. Kostahusky baseline on Michaels, and Maddie may have bumped her. Foul called on Maddie Michaels, her first. That is Marshfield's first team foul. Katie Osinski back in for Marshfield, and Ernest coming back in for Stevens Point along with Gregorich. Tigers inbounding, or Spash inbounding baseline front court. Inside Bohanski, she's inside and lost the ball in traffic, and Katie Osinski comes away with it. Not sure if that was a shot or not. Ball was tipped, went off her fingertips, and she went up to either pass or shoot, and Katie Osinski grabs it. Tigers back to front court, trailing by 4. Jacoby top of the circle, on the drive, down the lane, short jumper away, no good, and Ernest there to grab the rebound for Spash. Poked at by Jacoby. She comes across the timeline, goes down the lane, pulls up baseline, short jumper is up and in by Sullivan. Sullivan for 2, and Spash up by 4. 6:30 remaining in the first half. Marshfield on offense, front court to our right. Corian Johnson has it poked loose by Ernest. She gets it back though. Starts to drive down the lane. Baseline Jacoby. Jenna holds in the corner. Lobs it back outside to Bryan at the far hash mark. Near side, Katie Johnson. Bryan gets it back. Far side, Corian Johnson. Inside Osinski. Katie open. Layup is offline though, and pulled in by Sullivan. Ahead to Rogan, comes to front court, far side Ernest to the baseline. Pull up from 15 is away and no good. Ball's on the floor, and Osinski grabs it from Marshfield. Now Meg Bryan back across the timeline. Jacoby on the near side, pulls up a long 2 by Jenna, is up and no good. But Katie Johnson rebounds, back up and has it blocked, loose in the corner, and picked up by Rogan. Tigers miss a scoring chance there. Stevens Point hustling to front court. Ernest to the foul line, down the lane all the way, and lost the ball in traffic out of bounds, and it went over the baseline to Marshfield. Marshfield now wants a timeout. Tigers take their second timeout. 5:35 remaining in the first half, and our score is Stevens Point 21 and the Marshfield Tigers 17. We'll come back for more basketball in just a moment.
For almost 50 years, Abbey Bank has been providing financial services to local families and businesses. What makes us different? Our partnership with the communities we serve, helping families grow, helping business grow, and celebrating important moments. with new programs and facilities, support for our youth, and help for those most in need. Abbey Bank invests in its communities and gives back locally. With locations in Abbotsford, Appleton, Medford, Wausau, and Weston, we make banking about you. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Employer.
When it comes to meeting your goals, time can be on your side if you put it to work for you. If saving for retirement is buried on your never-ending to-do list, we can help. Hi, I'm Edward Jones financial advisor Randy Gershman. Let's put time to work for you. Stop by our office at 554 South Central for a face-to-face appointment. Edward Jones, Making Sense of Investing, member SIPC.
Tigers have the ball back. Corianne Johnson moves into front court for Marshfield. Marshfield down by 4. Bryan lobs inside Osinski. Double team goes up and banks it home. That was a long assist for Meg Bryan from about 35 feet away. Tigers back to within 2. Smash ball, Nagard far side. Hands back outside to Pavelski. Can't drive. Nagard gets it back at the foul line. Turned away. Now Ernest holds top of the circle. Downstairs to Pavelski, no shot. Rogan top of the key, picked up by Katie Johnson. Now Nagard top of the circle. Defense by Michaels. Pull up from the foul line is away and no good. Long rebound to Maddie Michaels. Maddie breaks back to front court, holds just across the 10-second line. Near side Katie Johnson, lobs inside for Osinski. That pass stolen though by Rogan. Rogan back across the timeline for Stevens Point to the baseline. Goes underneath, comes back out of the foul line to Ernest, who'll fire from there and missed the shot. Tipped around, claimed by Pavelski, back up and missed, but was fouled on the rebound. Corianne Johnson on the foul, her first, only the second Tiger team foul. Hallie Pavelski, 2 of 4 on the foul line this season, shooting 2 for Spash. Her first try is good. And now Jenna Jacoby back in for Marshfield for Katie Johnson. Maddie Fink back in for Leah Ernest in the Spash lineup. 4:25 remaining first half. Tigers trail 22-19. Pavelski with a second free throw. 5'8" senior. Shot is away and good. And Spash goes back up by 4. Pavelski now leaves, and Rachel Sullivan comes back in. Spash applying full court pressure. Johnson inbounds to Jacoby. And Jenna up the far sideline into forecourt. Lead for Bryan on the near side. Corianne into Osinski. Katie turns, fires, it rolls off. Keeps it alive, and she's over the back. Foul on Katie Osinski will be her first, and the third Tiger team foul. Katie shooting 58% from the floor this year. Very good percentage. Has had a couple of short shots rolled out on her tonight. Spash by 4. And point back on offense. Man-to-man defense by the Tigers. Here's Rogan near side. Open for 3, and it's good. Can't leave her that open. Rogan shoots 47% from three-point range. That's her 23rd 3 of the year. And now a lead pass knocked out of bounds and off of Corianne Johnson. The Tigers turned the ball over. And Spash back up by 7, matching their biggest lead. 4 minutes left in the first half. Spash inbounding at the center line. Maggie Nagard has the basketball. Back out top to a Fink. Rogan holds on the near side. Nagard back out front again for 3, up and no good. Corianne Johnson grabs the rebound for Marshfield. Her third tonight. Corianne back across the 10-second line. It's Jacoby on the far wing, off a screen from Corianne. Jenna can't drive, pulls it back out, now drives again, gets inside, short jumper rolls off the lip. But Jenna fouled on the shot. And Jenna should have free throws here. Nagard on the foul, that's her second foul and the 4th team foul. So she'll leave and Leah Ernest back in. Foul was on the drive, and so Jenna not shooting. Tigers inbound, baseline front court, lob out top to Bryan. Baseline to Michaels. Maddie back out top to Bryan. 3.5 left in the first half. Tigers down by 7. Pass downstairs, Jacoby. Short jumper, baseline, no good. Kept alive by Jenna, but grabbed by Ernest. Jenna not shooting well tonight. Spash back on offense. Near side, Gregorich. Pulls the ball on the wing, far side Rogan on the drive, in the lane, leans in, scoop shot no good, goes out of bounds, and see where it goes to Stevens Point, tipped away by a Tiger defender. Rogan with some very good quickness, not very big, 5'4" junior, but great quickness. And Katie Johnson back in for the Tigers for Meg Bryan, 3:10 remaining first half. Spash on top by 7. Point inbounding, baseline front court. Sullivan in the corner. Here's a 3 by Fink away and no good. Rattles out. Sullivan rebounds though. Out top to Rogan. She'll go baseline. Lean in. Scoop shot blocked out of bounds by Jacoby. Meg Bryan right back in for Marshfield. And Maddie Michaels will leave. Spash again inbounding. Baseline front court. Bob up to Ernest is broken up and stolen by Jenna Jacoby. Tigers get the steal, move back to front court. Katie Johnson, far sideline. High post Osinski, near side Corianne. Jacoby trying to post down low, can't get free. Katie Johnson to the top of the key. Hands outside to Jacoby once again. Bryan on the far wing, baseline to Corianne. Looks for a cutter down low, nobody available. Jacoby, top of the circle. Inside Osinski to the basket, walk with the ball. Katie tried to roll to the hoop and turned it over. That's 6 Tiger turnovers. 2.5 remaining first half. Spash by 7. Coming length of the floor. Rogan has the basketball, moves across the timeline for a point. Hits Fink outside the arc. Pass downstairs again to Ernest, wheels the baseline, comes back outside again. Fink at the foul line, leans in, downstairs Ernest wide open and lays it in. Leah Ernest scores it, Spash by 9. This is Point's biggest lead. Marshfield facing a trap here. Katie Johnson in backcourt. Across the line to Jacoby. 2 minutes in the period. Corianne Johnson near side. Far wing to Bryan. Meg on the drive in the lane. Lost it going through traffic and taken away by Spash. Ernest on the run out. 2-on-2. Drives down the floor. Stopped by Corianne Johnson, so shoots over Corianne and misses. And Osinski gets back to grab the rebound for Marshfield. Good defense there by Corianne. And now the Tigers back to front court. Far side, Katie Johnson, open for 3, no good. Rebound pulled in by Sullivan. Ahead to Rogan, she'll drive, give inside to Pavelski, Gregorich rather, who lays it in. And Spash now by 11, this is their biggest lead. 1:20 remaining in the first half. Tigers to front court. Katie Johnson far wing, Jacoby back out front. Corianne on the near side. Harassed out top by Sullivan, drives the lane and is fouled going to the basket. As she went to the basket, somebody got her wrist. Spash foul here. Might be on Fink. It is on Maddie Fink. Her second foul, 5th team foul. They're going to call that a shooting foul. So Corianne was not scored in Marshfield's last 2 ball games. Foul line right, shooting 2. Her first free throw is no good. Maddie Michaels back in for Marshfield for Katie Johnson. Maddie Fink leaves the Spash lineup, replaced by Hallie Pavelski. 1:12 remaining first half. And Stevens Point leads 30-19. Johnson's second free throw is good. Tigers down by 10. Stevens Point on offense. Rogan deep on the near wing. Picked up by Corianne Johnson. To the circle. Stop. Far side Sullivan. Back outside to Pavelski. Has no shot. Now baseline Rogan turns. A long 2 is away and no good. And Corianne Johnson grabs the weak side rebound for Marshfield. Final minute first half. Front court Jacoby. Jenna holds on the cut inside of Osinski, and Katie fouled going to the basket. Not a shooting foul here. Call against Stevens Point. That's on Hallie Pavelski, her first, 6th team foul. 49 seconds before halftime. Tigers inbounding, baseline front court. Corianne near side to Meg Bryan. Can't go to the baseline. Hands in the corner to Maddie Michaels. Bounces out top to Bryan once again. 40 seconds left first half. Spash by 10. Corianne Johnson far hash mark. Jacoby back out front. Swings near side to Bryan. Inside Osinski down low. Katie goes up strong and missed the lay-in. Gets it back, however. Back up, and this one doesn't go either. Ball tipped in the corner and claimed by Spash. Taken by Sullivan ahead to Rogan. And Stevens Point wants a timeout. Spash will use its first timeout to set up a play. 20 seconds remaining before halftime. and Point leads Marshfield 30-20. Our coverage of Marshfield Tiger basketball this evening here on WDLB. A service of Comfort Systems Heating and Cooling of Marshfield, Hart's Body Shop in Marshfield, and Marshfield Utilities. Tigers shorthanded, playing with only 6 players tonight, but hanging in there against this very strong Stevens Point Ball Club, down by 10 with 20 seconds remaining in the first half. By the way, between games this evening, we'll have a special guest. Former Notre Dame football standout Tom Flynn will join us and talk about a new website he's designing called footballmentorship.com to instruct the parents of football players as they make their decisions on collegiate choices. That's between our girls and boys game this evening. Tom Flynn, our special guest here on WDLB. 20 seconds remaining in the first half, and Marshfield trails Stevens Point 30-20. Spash will have the basketball at the timeline. Inbound pass to Nagard, crossing the timeline with 16. Stands out top, one-on-one with Michaels with 12. Heads for the far side with 9. Starts to drive, spins the lane, leans in, one-hander up and no good. Rebound to Maddie Michaels. 4 on the clock, and Meg holds the ball. Right to the timeline. Meg will fire from the timeline and hit the backboard. Ending the first half of basketball here at the Bosun Company Fieldhouse in Marshfield. Marquette men's basketball coach Steve Wojciechowski stops by to talk college basketball with us on the Steve Wojciechowski Show tomorrow at 6 p.m. right here on AM 1450 WDLB and on WDLB WOSQ.com. Our halftime score here at the Bosun Company Fieldhouse in Marshfield is Stevens Point 30 and the Marshfield Tigers 20. We'll come back with more from the Bosun Company Fieldhouse following these messages.
Whether the goal is to heat a room,
Nasonville Dairy, family owned and operated, bringing you fresh cheese curds made daily, along with many other varieties of Wisconsin-made cheeses and treats. Don't forget to check out our cheese and sausage trays for your upcoming parties and cheese and sausage gift packages for the holiday season or any other special occasion. Nasonville Dairy, located just southwest of Marshfield on U.S. Highway 10, NasonvilleDairy.com. For more than 50 years, V&H Automotive has been serving Marshfield and central Wisconsin with new Ford, Lincoln, and Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, and Ram trucks. Our professional staff of factory-trained sales associates, as well as parts and service personnel, are here to serve you 6 days a week. We're your neighborhood quick service experts. We provide all the services your car or truck needs most, including an in-depth vehicle checkup report on every visit. Visit us for friendly service and very competitive pricing. See V&H Automotive today. For almost 50 years, Abbey Bank has been providing financial services to local families and businesses. What makes us different? Our partnership with the communities we serve, helping families grow, helping business grow, and celebrating important moments. With new programs and facilities, support for our youth, and help for those most in need. Abbey Bank invests in its communities and gives back locally. With locations in Abbotsford, Appleton, Medford, Wausau, and Weston, we make banking about you. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
You're listening to Marshfield Tiger basketball on AM 1450, WDLB Marshfield, and WDLB WOSQ.com. Tom Muthmeyer is our producer this evening. I'm Gene Delisio. Our halftime score this evening is Stevens Point 30, Marshfield 20. Don't forget, we do have the boys game following this contest this evening here on WDLB. By the way, if you're traveling around the state, around the country, around the world, make sure you bring your smartphone with you and make sure you have the TuneIn app and go to WDLB and or WOSQ and listen to your favorite Marshfield area sports events. WDLB and WOSQ available on your smartphone through TuneIn wherever you are in the world. So tune in with Marshfield WDLB and WOSQ and hear what's going on in central Wisconsin through that TuneIn app. Our halftime score once again here at the Bosun Company Fieldhouse, Stevens Point 30 and the Marshfield Tigers 20. We'll come back with our halftime stats following these words.
Hello, WDLB listeners. This is Brad Lenz, Marshfield High School graduate and CEO of Rice's Capital Carpet. As my wife Carrie and I lead our team to 2018, we would like to thank the customers that have made Rice's Capital Carpet a local favorite since 1973. We truly serve only the finest customers. Stay tuned in as our team will announce new products and services coming to Rice's Capital Carpet for 2018. It's going to be an exciting year at Rice's.
When you're at work or on your annual vacation trip, have you ever had the situation that you need to look at your checking account balance? Or do a funds transfer between your accounts? Now you can check out your account immediately via your smartphone with First Choice Credit Union's mobile banking app. Convenience at your fingertips. Stop in or go to their website at firstchoicecreditunion.com to find out how to download the app. It's quick and easy. Call 715-387-8405 or stop by the office with questions. Federally insured by NCUA. Membership eligibility required.
Every team needs the right connection to succeed. The same thing applies to your home or business. If something doesn't seem quite right, don't play amateur repair person. Contact Total Electric Service of Marshfield at 384-3311. Total Electric offers a 24-hour emergency service for residential, commercial, farm, and industrial jobs. Total Electric Service, the name says it all. Total service for all of your electric contracting needs. 384-3311.
Marshfield Tigers trail Stevens Point here at halftime, 30-20. Our halftime stats, a service of the people for whom numbers matter the most. Edward Jones Investments of Marshfield. See Randy Gershman or Brian Kaiser for their sound investment advice. At halftime, Stevens Point led by Maggie Nagard with 8 points. She's now only 6 points shy of 1,200 for her Stevens Point career. Maddie Fink, averaging 4 points per game off the bench, has 6 points. Leah Ernest, Hallie Gregorich, each with 4. Madison Rogan, a 3-point basket for 3. Rachel Sullivan, Jenna Bohansky, and Hallie Pavelski, each with 2. Marshfield at halftime, led by Katie Osinski and Jenna Jacoby, each with 5. Meg Bryan, Katie Johnson, and Maddie Michaels, each with a 3-point basket for 3. Corianne Johnson, a free throw for 1. Tigers are 3 of 5 on the foul line. Point is 2 of 2. Marshfield has 7 turnovers. Point has 5. We had 3 ties in the first half at 2, 4, and 13. We had 1 lead change. Marshfield's biggest lead has been 2. Point's biggest lead has been 11. Tigers' top rebounder is Corianne Johnson with 4. Katie Osinski and Katie Johnson each with 3. By the way, I saw Corianne in that ball game. Was it against Lakeland or against Wanakee? Corianne was in double figures in rebounding. Not bad for your point guard when your point guard grabs, 11 rebounds in that ball game up in Minocqua against Lakeland last week. So Corianne averaging 5.5 rebounds per game. Certainly an outstanding rebounding guard for the Marshfield Tigers this season. Our halftime stats, a service of the people for whom numbers matter the most, Edward Jones Investments of Marshfield. Our halftime score, Stevens Point 30, Marshfield 20, and more from the Bosun Company Fieldhouse in just a moment.
Paget Equipment Company, a division of JBL International, specializing in stainless steel fabrication worldwide, and a proud backer of Marshfield area youth programs and activities. The folks at Paget Equipment support healthy competition. It helps prepare youth for life, teaching them important concepts like teamwork and fair play. Important in athletics, important in business, important in life. Paget Equipment, a strong backer of the youth of Marshfield, urging you to get involved with school-related activities. Get that winter grime off your car at the Baltus full-service car wash in Marshfield. It includes interior floor and mats vacuumed, door jams dried to prevent freeze-up, windows cleaned, all done in minutes by professionals only at the Baltus Car Wash, right across from Heinz and Printing, downtown Marshfield. Open 7 days a week, weather permitting.
Looking for the best home for the money? Check with the pros at RE/MAX American Dream Realty in Marshfield.
Heated interiors in the winter can lead to dry skin. You can fight dryness with a humidifier. You can use them to add moisture to a single room or even to a whole house. You do need to make sure that you clean them regularly and change filters in order to prevent mold and mildew from building up. If you're adding a humidifier to a child's room, consider a cool mist version, which uses a fan rather than heat to distribute moisture.
This tip from RE/MAX American Dream Realty in Marshfield.
By the way, Marshfield's Brad Fisher and his UW Oshkosh women's basketball team will be in central Wisconsin tomorrow night as the Oshkosh Ball Club plays UW Stevens Point at Berg Gym in Stevens Point tomorrow. Game time, 7 p.m. Our halftime score here at the Bosun Company Fieldhouse, Stevens Point 30 and the Marshfield Tigers 20. Back with the start of the second half of basketball in just a moment.
The next time you need a plumber, call Schreiner's Plumbing and Heating of Marshfield.
For almost 50 years, Abbey Bank has been providing financial services to local families and businesses. What makes us different? Our partnership with the communities we serve, helping families grow, helping business grow, and celebrating important moments. With new programs and facilities, support for our youth, and help for those most in need. Abbey Bank invests in its communities and gives back locally. With locations in Abbotsford, Appleton, Medford, Wausau, and Weston, we make banking about you. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Please. Ketchup, mustard, pickle, and onion?
Craig Culver. I'm going to cook for you. Follow me. Come on there. Fresh Midwest beef. It looks great. And we're looking for that nice sear, just like we got right here. That's where that great steak flavor comes from.
Totally fresh, made to order, the way you want it. Searing it to perfection was really cool to see that.
Culver's on Central and Upham in Marshfield.
Welcome to Delicious.
When times are good in agriculture, everyone claims to be an ag bank. At Citizens State Bank of Loyal, we are an ag bank for all times, dedicated to the long-term financial success of our farmers. That commitment to agriculture has been our way of life for 105 years. Why we are involved in a number of farm organizations, why we have expanded our ag staff, and why we will be here for this generation and the future generations on your family's farm. Citizens State Bank of Loyal, Granton, Neillsville, Spencer, and Marshfield. We finance Wisconsin's agriculture.
Marshfield ball in front court to our left as we start the second half here at the Bosun Company Fieldhouse. Tigers down by 10. Jacoby comes near side. Meg Bryan for three, up and in. Meg Bryan for three, her second of this ball game. Tigers down by 7, early second half. Now Nagard rushing to front court. Hands to Gregorich, high post to Ernest. Point ball in front court to our right. Leah Ernest far side to Rogan. Looks in for Sullivan, not free. A lot of pushing between her and Jacoby down there. Sullivan gets it back in the lane, comes back out near side to Gregorich. No shot, now Nagard in the corner. Spins on Corian baseline, short jumper off the glass, no good. Tipped around, Nagard has it back. Back outside Sullivan baseline, turned away by Jacoby. Gregorich in the corner, she'll go baseline, lean in, short jumper, no good. And Corian Johnson with her 5th rebound for Marshfield. Early second half, Tigers down by 7, Marshfield ball. Pass near side, stolen away by Sullivan. Lazy Tiger pass, Sullivan back to the basket, lays it up and in. Tigers' 8th turnover. Now we have a whistle as Meg Bryan again has to tie her shoe. It's happened on a regular basis for Meg. We recommended last Saturday she stop in and see John Miner over there at Victory Apparel, get some new shoelaces because she's going through a lot of them this year. Maybe John could give her some high quality shoelaces at discount prices to avoid the stoppages here. Now we're set to resume play, and Corian comes back to front court for the Tigers. Far side, Katie Johnson has the ball. High post Jacoby, Jenna down the lane, leans in, hands back outside to Osinski. Katie can't get the shot off. Now Jacoby has it back at the free throw line. Out top, Katie Johnson fakes the three. Near side, Bryan, three-pointer up and no good, but Jacoby rebounds. Back out to Meg for another three-pointer. This one's no good. And the rebound pulled in by Rogan. Stevens Point back on offense. They're up by 9. Pass downstairs to Ernest. Wheels the baseline. Comes back outside to Nagard. She can't go baseline. Comes back out with it. Spash resetting in front court to our right. Nagard near side to Gregorich. Ernest top of the circle. Far side to Rogan. Stopped by Katie Johnson. Ernest has it back near side to Gregorich once again. She'll drive in the lane, cut off. High post Sullivan down the lane. Scoop shot away and good and fouled. Basket good by Rachel Sullivan. Meg Bryan on the foul. Meg's first. No Marshfield player has more than one foul. The Tigers only called for 4 fouls so far, just the way Coach Michaels likes it with a thin bench. Sullivan, 58% on the foul line. Line right attempting a three-point play. The shot is short. Ball in the corner, and Jacoby grabs it for Marshfield. Jenna rushing to front court. Cross-court feed to Katie Johnson. She'll drive the baseline and walk with the basketball. Tigers had numbers but turned the ball over. That's now 9 Marshfield turnovers. Spash up by 11, matching their biggest lead. 15:45 left in regulation time. Point ball, Nagard on the far wing. Near side to Rogan. She'll line up a three-pointer and miss it. Long rebound, though, tracked down by Spash. Nagard going back down the lane. Inside to Rogan. Baseline shot up and in. Tigers giving up a lot of offensive rebounds tonight. And Point leads by 13 as Corianne Johnson comes into front court. She is grabbed and fouled. Call here against Stevens Point. Hallie Gregorich on the foul, her first team foul. Maddie Michaels in for Katie Johnson for the Tigers. Tigers reset in front court to our left, and Jacoby right to the basket. Short jumper banked and missed. And the rebound pulled in by Ernest ahead to Nagard. Nagard to the near side, down the lane, 10-footer of the way, and no good. And Corianne Johnson grabs the rebound from Marshfield. Front court feed to Jacoby. Inside to Osinski, tipped loose by a Spash defender. That was Ernest, I believe, knocked out of bounds. Tigers retain possession. And they'll inbound baseline front court. 15-10 left. Tigers trail 36-23. Corianne Johnson putting the ball in play. Directing traffic. Jacoby at the far sideline. 15-footer up and in. Jenna Jacoby now with 7. And the Tigers down by 11, 3 minutes into the second half. Ernest down the lane for Spash. Short jumper away and good. Leah Ernest scores it for Spash. They again lead by 13. Putting on some backcourt pressure. Meg Bryan has the ball. Moves across the 10-second line for Marshfield. Far side to Katie Johnson. Maddie Michaels now out top, to the top of the circle. Bryan on the far wing, can't get off the three. She'll drive the baseline on Gregorich. Turn down low, off-balance shot, rolls off, but she was fouled on the shot. Meg making some acrobatic twists and turns below the basket to get off that shot. Gregorich on the foul, that's her second, and the second team foul. And Meg Bryan back on the foul line, shooting 2. Meg's first is up and in. 14:30 remaining. Tigers trail 38-26. Katie Johnson back in for Katie Osinski. Meg Bryan surpassing 650 points in her Tiger career. Now it's 654 with 7 points so far tonight. Her second free throw is good. And the Tigers down by 11. Point on the attack. Nagard out front. Picked up by Maddie Michaels. Starts to drive at the foul line, turned away. Hands to Rogan back out top. Michaels won't let her by. Ernest into the lane, pulls up without the shot. Gregorich back out front. Bounces near side to Sullivan, gets in the lane, leans in, a left-hander up and no good. And a rebounding foul here on Katie Johnson. Nagard got herself good inside position for that offensive rebound and put Katie Johnson on her back. First foul on Katie and the second team foul. Spash inbounding baseline front court. Sullivan out front, hands back to Nagard. To the foul line, spins on Katie Johnson. Backdoor feed is broken up by Jacoby out of bounds. Nice play by Jenna as she saw that backdoor coming to Rachel Sullivan and knocked the ball over the end line. 4 minutes into the second half. Spash leads 38-27. They're inbounding baseline front court. Lob for Sullivan out top. Far side hits Gregorich. Downstairs Ernest. Leans in, double teamed, has no shot. Near side Nagard. Off a screen to the baseline. Cross-court feed to Sullivan down low. Back outside, Gregorich pulls up without the shot. High post Sullivan will fire and hit it. Sullivan now with 8. Spash again by 13, putting on backcourt pressure. Katie Johnson through traffic ahead to Corianne. And Corianne across the timeline for Marshfield. Holds on the near side. Jacoby up high. Turns far side to Katie Johnson. Back out top to Michaels. Jacoby far wing once again. Jenna penetrates, cut off. Near side Bryan to the foul line, down the lane. Off balance shot rolls off and rebounded by Ernest. Stevens Point breaks to front court. Ernest going down the lane all the way. Knocks down Corianne Johnson, and Corianne was not set. They'll call a foul on Corianne. Corianne went down very hard, but Ernest had right to that spot, and Corianne was not set. Her second foul, third team foul. Leah Ernest, very impressive sophomore, 5'11 sophomore, averaging 18.4 per game. And she's on the foul line to our right, shooting 2. Her first attempt is around and in. Katie Osinski back in for Marshfield. Kaylin Custa-Husky back in for Spash. Katie Johnson leaves the Tiger lineup. 13-10 remaining. And Spash on top, 41-27. This is Point's biggest lead. Second free throw by Ernest is short, and the ball pulled in by Jenna Jacoby. Tigers back on offense. Here's Corianne Johnson on the near side. Picked up by Rogan. Backs it out, near side Jacoby, inside to Osinski. Turn, short jumper partially blocked, and a foul called on the play. Katie fouled on the shot. That's on Sullivan. First on Sullivan. Third team foul. Katie Osinski, 1 of 2 on the foul line tonight. Shooting 2. Her first attempt around, and it falls in. 12:55 remaining. Spash leads at 41-28. Katie with 15 points and 8 rebounds in that big win over Wanakee on Saturday. Second free throw is missed and rebounded by Ernest. And she brings the ball to front court herself, hands back to Rogan, top of the key. Ernest gets it back on the near side. Rogan has it on the far wing, picked up by Michaels. Sullivan out top, down the lane on Jacoby. Back out top to Rogan. Her three-pointer partially blocked by Michaels, grabbed by Jacoby, and Jenna fouled on the breakout. Maddie Michaels with a block in that corner on that three-point try. Foul is on Madison Rogan, her first foul, 4th team foul. Maddie Fink back in for Stevens Point for Leah Ernest. 12:40 remaining. Spash leads 41-28. Tigers inbounding at three-quarter court. Meg Bryan will bounce across the timeline. Picked up by Custa-Husky. Corianne Johnson far wing, back out top to Osinski. Looks back to Meg Bryan. He'll pop a three-pointer, leaves it short. Long rebound to Maddie Michaels. In the lane, back up, and it falls in. Maddie Michaels gets the rebound basket for Marshfield. Tigers down by 11. Spash to forecourt. Nygaard in the lane, pulls up. Goes back outside again to Custa-Husky. Ball knocked loose and stolen by Jacoby. And Jenna has a 1-on-2. She'll go down the lane, lay it up off the glass and in. Jacoby scores on the run out, and Stevens Point wants a timeout. Spash timeout, their second. 12:03 remaining in regulation time, and our score is Stevens Point 41, Marshfield 32. Back with more basketball in just a moment.
Nasonville Dairy, family owned and operated, bringing you fresh cheese curds made daily, along with many other varieties of Wisconsin-made cheeses and treats. Don't forget to check out our cheese and sausage trays for your upcoming parties and cheese and sausage gift packages for the holiday season or any other special occasion. Nasonville Dairy, located just southwest of Marshfield on U.S. Highway 10, NasonvilleDairy.com.
If you're one of the lucky ones, you've never had an auto accident. But if and when you do, you get flustered and exasperated dealing with the insurance company and getting estimates, not to mention trying to figure out how you're going to get around without your vehicle. Well, they can't make that process fun, but they can make it a lot easier at Art's Body Shop. Free estimates, free courtesy car, all worry-free. Pick up or drop off your rental from Penske Truck, too, at Art's Body Shop, South Central Avenue in Marshfield, just north of Wildwood Park.
Tigers hanging in there, down by 9 with 12 minutes to play. Again, Marshfield only 6 players tonight. Hannah Meverden ill. Hannah could come back later this week, but Sophie Kane and Desiree Weisenberger both injured and not available. Spash ball in front court to our right. Custa-Husky out top to Fink. Rogan on the far wing. Bounces downstairs to Sullivan. Through her hands in the corner, out of bounds. Jacoby there as well. The ball off of Jenna, I believe. Spash retains possession. They'll inbound baseline front court with 11:50 left in regulation time. Fink looking, hands in the corner to Sullivan. She'll drive to the foul line, cut off near side to Nygaard. Spins in the lane, leans in, off-balance shot blocked, but picked up by Custa-Husky in the corner. Back outside to Rogan. She'll drive and walk with the ball. 7-point turnovers tonight. Tigers inbounding in backcourt, down by 9. Spash with some backcourt pressure here. Corianne Johnson now starts out. That pressure backs off. Tigers have 9 turnovers, which isn't a bad number for them. Michaels out top to Jacoby. Inside to Osinski. Through her hands. Ball's loose, and Katie comes back out to Bryan for a three-pointer. Good! Katie Osinski wrestled that ball away from a Spash defender. Hit Meg Bryan for 3. Tigers within 6. Smash ball, Nagard in the lane, spins, goes back toward Sullivan, who leans in and missed the lay-in, and Jacoby grabs the rebound. She drops it, it's on the floor. Tie ball called, possession goes to Stevens Point. Meg Bryan with 3 threes tonight, now has 154 for her Tiger career. Rogan out, and Jenna Bohanski back in for point. Smash inbounding, baseline front court. Fink goes underneath to Sullivan, leans in and is fouled, putting up a shot. Sullivan got loose in the lane on that inbound play and drew a foul on Maddie Michaels. Second on Maddie, 4th team foul. Rachel Sullivan, 58% on the foul line. 0 of 1 this evening. And she is line right, shooting 2. Her first try is good. 11:07 remaining. And Smash on top, 42-35. One more for Rachel Sullivan. Away and short and pulled in by Katie Osinski. Marshfield has it back, front court to Maddie Michaels. Maddie back out top, near side to Bryan. Far side, Corianne Johnson. Jacoby top of the circle, starts to drive, goes down the lane, leans in, off balance shot, rolls in. Jenna has 11, Tigers within 5, 10:45 to play. Nagard pops a 15-footer and misses, and the long rebound in the corner to Corianne Johnson, her 7th. Tigers rush to front court, Corianne out top, harassed out there, now hands back to Meg Bryan. Near side to Maddie Michaels. Jacoby top of the circle. Michaels gets it back on the near wing, drives to the foul line, down the lane, leans in, scoop shot away, and no good. Boy, let her have that shot. She took it, but it wouldn't roll down for her. Now Nagard the other way for Spash. Drives down the lane, leans in, short jumper rolls off, but she's fouled on the shot. Don't see Maddie Michaels going to the basket very often, but she saw the alley, went right there. Ball just didn't roll in. Now that's 3 fouls on Corianne Johnson. 5th team foul. And Maggie Nagard, foul line right, shooting 2. Her first try is good. 10:15 to play. Tigers trail 43-37. Corianne Johnson out. Katie Johnson back in. One more foul shot for Maggie Nagard. Is now at 1,195 for her career. Her second free throw is good. Nagard with 10 tonight. Tiger deficit is at 7. Marshfield to front court. Bryan into Osinski. Turn, short jumper by Katie, rolls off. But Katie fouled on the shot. And she'll get free throws. Calls on Rachel Sullivan, her second, 5th team foul. Katie Osinski, 2 of 4 on the foul line tonight, shooting 2 on the line to our left. Katie's first is away and it rolls off. 10:07 remaining. Tigers trail 44-37. One more for Katie Osinski. And this shot is away and it rolls off as well. Ernest rebounds for Spash. Hands to Husky, or to a Bohanski rather. She'll move back to front court for Spash with 10 minutes left in regulation time. Bohanski near side to Nagard. Brings it back out top, harassed there by Meg Bryan. Off a screen, drives the lane, pulls up, far side, hits Bohanski for a 3-point try, and she nails it. A big 3 for Jenna Bohanski, her 4th of the year, and that gives Spash a 10-point lead. Marshfield back on offense. Katie Johnson far side. Back out top to Michaels, near side to Bryan. May can't attack. Almost dragged her pivot foot, needs some help. Not much movement here by her teammates. Now comes back outside to Osinski, and Michaels resets. Hands back to Bryan. Jacoby on the near side. Jenna holds, gets a screen from Osinski, gets inside. Layup is going to roll in, and she's fouled as well. Well, they gave Jenna the baseline, and that's a dangerous thing when she's got that strong hand. That baseline is on her left-hand side, so she got to the basket very quickly, got the ball to roll in, and fouled by Bohanski, her first foul, 7th or a 6th-team foul. And Jenna Jacoby, foul line left, attempting a 3-point play. Tigers now down by 8. Jenna, by the way, now with 502 points, so she passes 500 for her career. Her free throw is good. She now has 14 tonight. And Marshfield within 7. And Stevens Point to front court. Nagard on the near side. Ernest out top. Comes back to Gregorich. In the corner, Sullivan. Downstairs to Nagard. Pushed from behind and fouled by Michaels. That's 3 on Maddie. And the 6th team foul. So Corianne Johnson and Maddie Michaels each have 3 fouls. No other Tiger has more than 1. Smash inbounding, baseline front court. Ernest looking. In the far corner, Bohanski. Here's a long 2 away and good. Her toe is on the line, so Bohanski gets 2. She has 7 tonight. Spash up by 9 halfway through the second half. Marshfield on the attack. Pass near side to Maddie Michaels, almost stolen by Ernest. Osinski has it out top. Far side to Bryan. Off a screen, a 3-pointer by Meg is good. Meg Bryan now with 4 threes in this ball game. And we have a Tiger timeout. Marshfield wants timeout, their 3rd. 8:43 remaining in regulation time, and our score is Stevens Point 49 and the Marshfield Tigers 43. Marshfield Tiger basketball tonight on WDLB, a service of Security Health Plan, the Marshfield Tiger Hoops Club, and Quality Roofing of Marshfield. Once again, the Tiger boys play Stevens Point following this ball game. We'll have that broadcast as well here on WDLB. Between games, we'll speak with former Notre Dame football captain Tom Flynn about his website, footballmentorship.com, teaching parents and football players some of the lessons they need to learn before heading off to play college football. That's footballmentorship.com, and Tom Flynn joining us at halftime this evening. Tigers back to within 6, 8:43 to play. And Stevens Point coming length of the floor. Again, the Tigers with 6 players tonight. Madison Rogan starts out, comes across the timeline for Marshfield. Ernest on the far wing. Can't drive on Osinski. Sullivan back out front. She'll drive, cut off. Bohanski far side. Back to Sullivan. Pass inside, broken up by Jacoby. Tipped in the corner and taken away by Katie Johnson. Smash turnover. Meg Bryan has it. Moves back across the timeline for Marshfield. Corianne Johnson into Jacoby. Down low. Open layup is good. And we have a stoppage here as Corianne Johnson ties her shoe. Jenna now with 16. She also scored 16 the first time these teams played. Marshfield within 4 with 8:13 to play. Rogan starts up the floor for the Smash Panthers. Picked up out top by Katie Johnson. Gregorich on the near wing to the top of the circle. Near side, Sullivan drives inside. Short jumper rolls in. Sullivan loose for 2. She's got 11 in double figures for the 4th time this year. Smash by 6, 7:50 to play. Tiger ball. Corianne Johnson out front. Far side to Katie Johnson. Into Osinski. Katie goes up off the glass, scores it, and she's fouled. Basket good by Katie Osinski. And a foul as well. That's on Sullivan. 3 fouls on Sullivan. 7-team foul. Katie Osinski on the foul line to our left, attempting a 3-point play. The shot is away and it rolls off. But the rebound to Corianne Johnson. Back out to Meg Bryan. Tigers reset. Osinski far side to Corianne. Top of the circle, Bryan comes near side to Jacoby. Cross court to Katie Johnson. Into Osinski, double team, finds Corianne. Baseline 2 is up and no good. And the rebound cleared by Sullivan. Smash up the floor, leading by 4. Ernest near side. Comes back outside again to Gregorich. Downstairs to Ernest. She'll wheel the baseline, force the shot up and no good, but fouled on the shot. That might be on Jacoby. And she was providing help to Osinski. That will be the call. That's 1 foul on Jacoby. 7-team foul. Leah Ernest, 1 of 2 on the foul line tonight. Shooting 2 for Spash, line right. Her first attempt is around and falls in. Maggie Nygard comes back in for Spash. Bohanski leaves with 7:18 to play. And Spash leading 52-47. Leah Ernest with a second free throw. She fires, and this one is good. Very high arc on those shots. Point by 6, putting on pressure in backcourt. Jacoby across the line to Katie Johnson. Baseline to Meg Bryan. Into to Osinski. Knocked loose and stolen by Stevens Point, then taken away by Johnson. Corianne has it back. Tigers reset. Bryan between the circles. Holds the ball. Far side, Corianne Johnson. Out top, Jacoby once again. Looks into Osinski. Turn short jumper blocked by Ernest. Picked up by Sullivan. Smash up the floor. Ernest on the breakout to the foul line. Down the lane. Leans in. Short jumper rolls off. Tipped around and claimed by Osinski. 5 rebounds for Katie. Johnson back across the timeline for Marshfield. Near side, Katie Johnson. Swings it far side to Bryan. A 3 by Megas away, and it rolls around, falls out. Pulled in by Sullivan. 6.5 remaining, Spash by 6. And point back to front court. Ernest to the circle. Backs in, cut off, comes to Madison Rogan on the near side. Off a screen to the foul line, turned away. Back out top to Greg Rich, can't get a shot off. Ernest at the foul line, backs into Nosinski, turns, in some trouble, lost the ball, it's on the floor, and she and Johnson go after it, but picked up by Rogan. Drives the baseline, short jumper is partially blocked, but fouled by Meg Bryan, who got there a bit late. Foul on Meg is her second, and the 8th team foul. You're listening to Marshfield Tiger basketball on AM 1450 WDLB Marshfield and WDLB WOSQ.com. Tom Uthmeyer is our producer. I'm Gene Delisio at the Bosun Company Fieldhouse in Marshfield. Free throws for Rogan. The first is no good. Here's Maddie Michaels back in for Katie Osinski. 6:05 remaining in regulation time, and Stevens Point leads Marshfield 53-47. Tigers with only 6 available players tonight, hanging in there against the Stevens Point Ball Club, which is 14-2. Rogan with a second free throw away, and it rolls in. She's got 6. Tigers trail by 7. Backcourt pressure, lead pass stolen by Custa Husky, back to the basket, missed the lay-in and a foul call. That might be on Gregorich over the back. Boy, the Spash Ball Club missing a lay-in on that steal of the inbound pass. And a foul called here, I believe, on Gregorich. That's 3 fouls on Hallie Gregorich, 8th team foul. Tigers get a big break there. And Corianne Johnson, who was 1 of 2 on the foul line tonight, on the line to our left for a 1-and-1. Corianne 61% on the foul line this season. Johnson ready. First free throw, good. 6:02 to play in regulation time. Marshfield trails 54-48. Corianne Johnson gets 1 more foul shot for Marshfield. And this free throw away and also good. Tigers back to within 5 with 6 minutes left in regulation time. And Spash on the attack. Rogan out front on Michaels to the far side. Turned away, lobs outside to Nagard to the baseline. Pass inside, stolen by Johnson, and the Tigers have a 2-on-1. Lead for Jacoby. She'll drive, and her shot blocked in the corner by Ernest. Goes out of bounds. It'll be Marshfield ball. Big play by Leah Ernest. But the Tigers do have the ball back. And they'll inbound baseline front court. Michaels will toss it in, I believe. Yes, she will. With 5:45 remaining. Tigers within 5. Michaels will lob up for Katie Johnson. Baseline Michaels, a 3-pointer up and in, and a foul as well. Basket is good, I believe. Unless we have a moving screen on Johnson. Let's see what the call is here. Michaels going to the foul line. It looks like the basket is good. We're going to foul on against Johnson. Maddie Michaels hits the 3. And then Corianne Johnson fouled on the play as well by Fink. 3rd foul on Fink, 9th team foul. So in addition to Maddie's 3, Corianne Johnson gets a 1-and-1. Could be a 5-point play. Corianne set, her free throw is away and good. 5:42 remaining. Tigers now trail 54-53. Coach Terpstra not real pleased. Katie Osinski wants to come back in for Marshfield for Katie Johnson. Tigers were down by 14 earlier in this half. And a free throw by Corianne Johnson can tie the ball game right here. Corianne ready. Her second free throw up and in. We are tied at 54 with 5:40 to play. Stevens Point to front court, and we have a Spash timeout. Spash takes time. Their 3rd timeout, 5:37 remaining in regulation time. Our score is Marshfield 54, Stevens Point 54. Now the Tiger boys basketball team is here at the Fieldhouse on Thursday for a Wisconsin Valley Conference game with Wisconsin Rapids. Game time is 7:15. Our broadcast begins Thursday at 7 p.m. right here on AM 1450 WDLB and on WDLB WOSQ.com. Tigers have fought back from a 14-point deficit with a 6-player roster, and they've tied Stevens Point at 54 with 5:37 to play. Tigers out with Bryan, Osinski, Jacoby, Michaels, and Corianne Johnson. Katie Johnson, the only other Tiger player available. Desi Weisenberger is injured. She's not playing. Sophie Kane injured. She's out for the year. And Hannah Meverden ill. She may be back later in the week. Smash inbounding at quarter court. Moving into front court to our right. Nagard top of the circle. Off a screen, far side to Rogan. Pass down low to Ernest. Broken up, knocked loose in the corner, and picked up by Sullivan, who's standing on the baseline. It's 10 Spash turnovers. Marshfield has the back, coming length of the floor with a chance to take the lead with 5:27 to play. Jacoby up the near sideline. Front court to Osinski. Katie holds, waits for a guard, gives to Bryan. Meg back out front. Near side to Michaels. Back out front to Jacoby. Tigers looking to go ahead. Here's a pass inside, though, stolen by Gregorich. Tiger turnover. They try to go inside to Osinski, and Gregorich jumped the route. Point back to front court. Rogan top of the key. Gregorich on the far wing. Holds it on Corianne Johnson. Rogan top of the circle. 5 minutes to play. Rogan on the near wing. Holds it. Lobs in for Ernest baseline. She'll turn facing Jacoby. Puts the ball on the floor, stopped in the lane. Back out Nagard, a three-pointer up and no good. Long rebound to Maddie Michaels. Tigers again have a chance to take the lead. Michaels across the timeline. Wide open out top, comes near side to Jacoby. Baseline to Bryan. A long shot by Meg is up and in. That's a long 2 for Meg Bryan, who now has 16. And Marshfield goes up by 2 with 4.5 to play. It's Spash ball. Rogan. Baseline Nagard drives inside, is in deep, hands inside to Gregorich, who missed the lay-in, and Corianne Johnson in traffic grabs the rebound. 9 rebounds for Corianne. Tigers have the ball and a 2-point lead with 4:15 to play. Meg Bryan across the timeline. Jacoby on the far wing. Back out top to Michaels. Maddie holds the ball. Far side, Bryan has it back. Tigers being patient here. Johnson near side. Corianne drives inside. Scoop shot is up and missed. Tipped around. Still loose comes to Ernest. She races back to front court. 3-on-1. She'll drive. Give to Nagard inside. Backdoor feed to Ernest, who drives and scores. Ernest with 11. We're tied at 56. 3:45 left, and Rogan steals the inbound pass. Tiger turnover. Nagard, far side Ernest, gets inside. Layup off the glass and in. And now Stevens Point goes up by 2. 3.5 to play, and Marshfield wants a timeout. Tiger timeout, their 4th. 3:32 remaining in regulation time, and our score, Stevens Point 58, Marshfield 56. More basketball following these messages.
Nasonville Dairy, family owned and operated, bringing you fresh cheese curds made daily, along with many other varieties of Wisconsin-made cheeses and treats. Don't forget to check out our cheese and sausage trays for your upcoming parties and cheese and sausage gift packages for the holiday season or any other special occasion. Nasonville Dairy, located just southwest of Marshfield on US Highway 10, NasonvilleDairy.com. For more than 50 years, V&H Automotive has been serving Marshfield and central Wisconsin with new Ford, Lincoln, and Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, and Ram trucks. Our professional staff of factory-trained sales associates, as well as parts and service personnel, are here to serve you 6 days a week. We're your neighborhood quick service experts. We provide all the services your car or truck needs most, including an in-depth vehicle checkup report on every visit. Visit us for friendly service and very competitive pricing. See V&H Automotive today.
Tiger coach Heidi Michaels looking for her 300th career win. Tigers within 2 with 3.5 to play. Tigers coming length of the floor here. Meg Bryan has the basketball. Met by Gregorich at the timeline. Meg into front court to Corianne Johnson. Facing a double team, and she's tripped by Gregorich. 4th foul on Haley Gregorich. 10th team foul. Corianne went down hard, pulls herself up. Johnson now has 2 free throws to tie the ball game. Marshfield is in the double bonus here. 2 free throws for Corianne Johnson. Has 5 points tonight, all on the foul line. Her first attempt is up and in. 3:22 remaining in regulation time. Marshfield trails 58-57. One more for Corianne Johnson. Shot is up and it rolls out of there. Pulled in by Ernest, point by 1. They have the ball back. Front court feed is tipped by Jacoby across the sideline out of bounds. Spash inbounding, sideline front court with 3:15 left. Point leads by 1. Nagard will toss into the hash mark. Comes in out top to Gregorich. Comes near side to Sullivan. Drives on Osinski, gets inside, turned away, drops the ball out of bounds. Tipped away by Katie, I believe, so it will be Spash ball. Clock down to 3:10 remaining. Tigers with 6 players, trailing Stevens Point by 1. Spash inbounding, baseline front court. Ernest will throw it in. She'll lob up near side to Sullivan. Hands back to Nagard. Drives on Maddie Michaels, stopped in the lane. Back outside to Gregorich, grabs it back. Ernest on the near side to the foul line, turned away. Rogan swings far side to Sullivan to the baseline. And an offensive foul as she elbowed Corianne Johnson. Sullivan with an elbow. Her 4th foul. And Marshfield has it back with 2:55 remaining, trailing by 1. Backcourt pressure by Spash here. Johnson throws into Jacoby. Ahead to Bryan. Meg stops in backcourt, now across the timeline. 2:50 left in regulation time, point by 1. Jacoby out front into Osinski. Double team, goes up and is fouled. Katie drew a double team. And someone got her on the arm on the shot. That's on Gregorich, and that's 5 fouls on Gregorich. Haley Gregorich fouls out with 2:43 to play. She leaves with 4 points. Haley Pavelski back in to replace her. Katie Osinski line left with 2 free throws. That could give Marshfield the lead. Katie set. Here's the first try. Good. 2:43 left in regulation time. And we're deadlocked at 58. Osinski with a second free throw. Round and out. Rebound loose, comes outside to Nagard. Point to front court. Nagard to the near side, down the lane, cut off. Rogan to the foul line. Pass inside to Ernest. She'll drive, lay it up, and it rolls in. Ernest with 15, point by 2. Maddie Michaels in backcourt. She'll cross the timeline with 2:25 remaining. Tigers down by 2. Bryan on the near side. To the top of the key, far side Corianne Johnson. Near wing to Michaels. Far side Bryan is wide open. She'll pop a 3-pointer, and it's good. Meg Bryan with 19. Tigers back up by 1. 2:05 to play. Spash ball. Nagard baseline, turned away by Michaels. Pass out top, knocked down by Jacoby, and picked up by Ernest near the timeline. Ernest on the drive down the lane, lays it up and in. Ernest right to the basket for 2, and point back up by 1. Backcourt pressure, 1:50 to play. Ball is loose, taken by Nagard. Back to the basket, layup is good, and fouled as well. Tigers turned them all over on the inbound play, and they've done that several times tonight. Nagard grabs it, drives right to the basket for 2, and is fouled by Jenna Jacoby. Jenna's second foul, 19th foul. Maggie Nagard on the foul line attempting a 3-point play, with point now back up by 3. Nagard's foul shot is up and in. Spash by 4, 1:45 to play. Johnson double team, lobs across the line to Bryan. Jacoby on the near side. Baseline Michaels. Back out top Bryan, 1:35 left, Spash by 4. Bryan holds in the center line. Jacoby near side. To the top of the key. Starts to drive down the lane, leans in, one-hander up and in. Jacoby with 18, Tigers down by 2, 1:20 to play. Point ball, Nagard out top. Tigers with 6 players hanging in there with this very strong point ball club tonight. Rogan near the timeline, harassed by Bryan. 1:05 left, Spash by 2. Rogan dribbles around on the outside, gives to Ernest. Facing a double team, Spash killing some time here. Final minute of play, Stevens point by 2. Pass near side to Rogan, and Bryan reaches in and fouls her. Third foul on Meg, the 10th team foul. It'll put Rogan on the foul line, where she is 1 of 2 tonight, but 85% for the season. Tigers with 6 players this evening. They have fought back from a 14-point second-half deficit. They've taken the lead. They're now down by 2. First free throw by Rogan is good. 52 seconds remaining in regulation time. Smash on top, 66-63. Net is caught, so Leah Ernest jumps up there and loosens that up. Rogan with a second free throw for Stevens Point. Shot is away and good. And again, Stevens Point by 4, 50 seconds to play. Corianne Johnson, the front court for the Tigers. Stands out top. Far side to Michaels. 40 seconds left, and Michaels walked with the ball, making a pass. Tigers' 14th turnover. 40 seconds left. Spash by 4. Spash will make a change, and Pavelski will leave. Kaylin Custa-Husky back in. 40 seconds remaining in regulation time. Spash leads 67-63. Spash inbounding in backcourt. Nagard has the ball on Michaels. Comes across the 10-second stripe. 35 seconds left. Spash by 4. And Nagard bumped and fouled by Maddie. 4 fouls on Maddie Michaels and Maggie Nagard. 78% on the foul line this year and 3 of 3 tonight. Shooting 2. By our count, Nagard needs 1 free throw, 1 point to reach 1,200 for her Spash career. She's at 1186 coming into this ball game. Her free throw here is up and in. Nagard with 14. Pavelski back in for Stevens Point. Custa-Husky is out. 30 seconds to play. Spash leads 68-63. 1 more for Nagard, away and good. She's got 15 tonight. Spash by 6 in the game's final 30 seconds. Meg Bryan across the 10-second line. Michaels on the far sideline. Brings it back out top. 22 on the clock. Corianne Johnson on the drive. In the lane, cut off. Shovels outside to Michaels. A 3-pointer by Maddie. Rolls out of there. Ball in the near corner, goes out of bounds. And last touch by a Spash defender. It was hit by Pavelski. Tigers inbound in the near corner with 13 seconds remaining in regulation time. And Marshfield down by 6. Bryan will toss in for Marshfield. Meg looking. Comes into Corianne Johnson. Drops the ball. Picked up by Rogan. And then Corianne fouls her on the breakout. 4th foul on Corianne Johnson. And Stevens Point has more free throws with 10 seconds to play. And it looks like a great effort by the Tigers tonight will come to naught. Marshfield with 6 players in uniform tonight. Down by 14, came back and took a 1-point lead here in the second half. But now down by 6 with 10 seconds to play. Rogan shooting free throws. Her first try is off the rim and in. 10 seconds left. Spash leads 70-63. Rogan had 10 the first time these two teams played. She has 9 tonight. Her second foul shot is around and also good. Spash by 8. 8 seconds left. Bryan to front court with 5. Near side to Corianne Johnson. 3-pointer by Corianne, up and no good. Long rebound, Jacoby, back up and in as time expires. And a great effort for the Marshfield Tigers tonight, but they fall short against the Stevens Point Ball Club. Our final score, Stevens Point 71 and the Marshfield Tigers 65. We'll come back to the Bosun Company Fieldhouse in just a moment.
Quality Roofing, Marshfield, Wisconsin, is proud to include Wausau Athletic Park, Camp Randall, and Lambeau Field in their project lineup. Quality Roofing is equally proud.
For almost 50 years, Abbey Bank has been providing financial services to local families and businesses. What makes us different? Our partnership with the communities we serve, helping families grow, helping business grow, and celebrating important moments. With new programs and facilities, support for our youth, and help for those most in need. Abbey Bank invests in its communities and gives back locally. With locations in Abbotsford, Appleton, Medford, Wausau, and Weston, we make banking about you. Equal housing lender, member FDIC. Nasonville Dairy, family owned and operated, bringing you fresh cheese curds made daily, along with many other varieties of Wisconsin-made cheeses and treats. Don't forget to check out our cheese and sausage trays for your upcoming parties and cheese and sausage gift packages for the holiday season or any other special occasion. Nasonville Dairy, located just southwest of Marshfield on U.S. Highway 10, NasonvilleDairy.com. For more than 50 years, V&H Automotive has been serving Marshfield and central Wisconsin with new Ford, Lincoln, and Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, and Ram trucks. Our professional staff of factory-trained sales associates, as well as parts and service personnel, are here to serve you 6 days a week. We're your neighborhood quick service experts. We provide all the services your car or truck needs most, including an in-depth vehicle checkup report on every visit. Visit us for friendly service and very competitive pricing. See V&H Automotive today.
Johnson with 3. Spash now 15-2 overall, 7-1 in conference play. Marshfield 6-9 overall, 2-5 in the Wisconsin Valley Conference. Stevens Point the winner, 71-65. Now, don't go away. We do have the Tiger boys game with Stevens Point coming up momentarily here on WDLB. We'll go back to our WDLB studios for a special interview with former Notre Dame football standout Tom Flynn, talking with our good friend Bill Hazen about his new football recruiting service. That's next right here on AM 1450 WDLB.
Victory Apparel of Marshfield is the place to go for all your hometown team apparel. New styles are arriving daily for every high school team in the area, as well as your favorite college team. Check out their NCAA team hoodies. Victory Apparel, just south of the tracks on Central Avenue in Marshfield. Your official fanwear store for high school and NCAA team apparel. Plus custom screen printing and embroidery for schools, organizations, and businesses. An excellent team is built from the ground up. It starts with a solid foundation, support among its members, and the development of a winning tradition. If you're planning to build or remodel, think of the tradition offered at Trudeau Construction of Marshfield. They handle everything from new homes to additions, remodeling projects, kitchens and baths, cabinets, wood floors, decks, and gazebos. Have a project in mind? Plan it from the ground up by dialing 387-2239 for Trudeau Construction, Marshfield.
It's a brighter birthday when it's filled with flowers from Hefco's. Hi, this is Liz reminding you to send the gift that makes any day brighter, especially birthdays. Order today to deliver a floral celebration and birthday smiles to your favorite birthday girls and boys. Make it extra special by adding balloons or a box of Abdallah's chocolates. Hefco Floral, City Hall Plaza, Marshfield. Open Monday through Friday, 8 to 5:30, Saturdays, 8 to noon. Hefco's, your florist. We help you celebrate your life.
Every week we talk about the complexities of high school football. It is an unusual world out there. And imagine stepping into that world as a teenager, making decisions about what to do, where to go, how to conduct yourself, all of the things that a young person has to learn and learn quickly. That is what footballmentorship.com is all about, to provide some of the extra help from a person who knows, who really knows what this is all about. And I'd like to introduce him to you now. And you've watched him if you've been around for a little bit. Tom Flynn, a former member of the 1977 Notre Dame National Champions. Tom also served as an assistant coach at Notre Dame and as a high school athletic director, so he knows the ropes. He has 3 degrees from Notre Dame. My goodness, I struggled to get one from Butler, and he has had a successful career with Morgan Stanley on Wall Street as well. So he has a very good understanding of what this complex and pressure-filled world is all about. And through all of that experience, Thomas collected a set of winning strategies on and off the field. He's posted his own website called footballmentorship.com that is intended to provide advice and guidance to student athletes as well as their parents and coaches. Tom, it is great to visit with you, and you know the ropes, you know the pressures. How did you figure out, how did you tie together that you had some answers and that the way to do this would be to go ahead and put together a website and a whole system for addressing it?
Thanks, Bill. It's really a pleasure to be here. Thank you for giving me some time. I love the chance to talk to a lot of people out there who are a little bit lost, or a little bit in the weeds, parents in particular, and some coaches also specifically wouldn't mind getting some guidance and some thoughts from some football men who've been out there and they've done it already before them and can really add some value to the way not only coaches look at the sport, but parents, in terms of how parents can be informed about the pluses and the minuses about playing football. Mm-hmm. And that's where I hope to add some value, not only from my perspective as a guy who came up from a skinny little kid in Florida and got to have a chance to play at one of the best college football organizations in the country, University of Notre Dame, and happened to be there at the same time Joe Montana was there, so that helped us win a few games. And then go all the way to the Dallas Cowboys as a 175-pound strong safety, and glad I didn't make it, because I can now talk and walk at the same time.
Oh, brother.
And then the education, of course. But, I got some great skills for the leadership that it taught me, the toughness that it taught me, the teamwork that it taught me, the discipline that was so prevalent as a football player from very good mentors. Those kind of basic skills that can really be utilized and drawn upon as you get into a graduate situation, discipline for studies, a professional situation when you're on Wall Street and you're facing the 87 crash and you still got to build your business up. The sport provides so many valuable lessons, and today's parents, I learned from my stint as an athletic director when I had a chance to go back to my high school and give back. I was shocked. I was shocked at the amount of recruiting that goes on and poaching that goes on from competing schools at the high school level. I was shocked at the way parents would interfere with coaching and interfere with the discipline that they would try to instill in the players. And I just couldn't believe, in the time frame that I left the sport as a player in high school, graduating in high school in 75 to today, how different the game had become in terms of the approach to high school kids and the way parents were dealing with having their kids engaged in high school football.
Yeah, what you're really describing, Tom, is something of a jungle out there, if you will. It is so competitive. I heard recently, I was down in Indianapolis for state high school finals there at the beautiful Lucas Oil Stadium, and a lot of talk was going around about a coach who had lost a certain player. I won't mention the school where he coaches, but it's one that you know probably pretty well from your travels. And he had called up a high school football coach, and he just went ahead and just rang him out, one side for the other, for not helping out in terms of getting a young man to go to his particular school. The pressures are incredibly great, Tom, and I would think perhaps that's the hardest aspect of all of it. If you have football talent enough to be recruited by one of these major schools, I have to believe there's no hiding. Can you comment on some of that as compared to what it was when you were recruited in high school?
It was incredible. I could see my older brothers how the college teams would compete for players. I had a brother who was an All-American linebacker out of Christopher Columbus in Miami, and Auburn University literally brought down a jet and flew my mom and dad with him and my brother, who happened to have one semester yet left of college eligibility, and they flew the whole family up just to try to get my brother to come to Auburn. He eventually did, and he had it was just the pressure and the competition that these kids face today. It's unreal, and as a result, they sometimes don't make the wisest decisions as to what schools to choose, because they're all thinking about the big dollars that they're going to make after they finish with college and get into sports, and they don't think about the education that really is the primary purpose behind getting to that point. Because, as you know, the percentages of players that actually get into the pros are less than 1%. But parents are the first parties that provide the pressure on their kids. If they show the talent, and usually they're showing the talent in sports at a pee-wee level. I mean, that's where it all begins. And it is an inordinate amount of pressure to the point where you're now seeing, what was it, or a ninth grader that was given an offer to go to a college on a scholarship?
I think so.
That was a recent trend.
Wow. Yeah, they're getting at them earlier and earlier and earlier. They're finding them earlier and earlier and getting in line, and everybody else is there too. Let's drill right into the website. We now are in this environment. How does this website work? And I'm fascinated that it provides expertise and useful information not only for players who have to face this, but for high school coaches and others who are caught up in this. And with that in mind, tell us what the experience of visiting footballmentorship.com is like.
It is a nice website, a web portal that will be structured in a way that you'll be able to listen to, as I call it, a daily huddle, which will talk about a specific topic of interest that might be going on in that day, in that period. And you'll have articles could be football articles that are relevant to coaching defenses, coaching offenses, strategies, disciplining players, handling certain issues that coaches face today, like the parent handling issue and disciplining this football player issues in today's context, where kids are entitled and kids don't handle the same type of discipline that we would get when we were playing. Like I would not be, it would not be unheard of to get a forearm to the chest and get knocked to the ground in my day. But nowadays, you've got parents standing around football fields, and if that happens, a coach could get fired just for doing something like that won't hurt the kid, but knock some sense into him, in my opinion. But the website will also not only provide daily huddles, weekly articles, and a keynote speech from one of my key contributors of content. The keynotes and the experts that I'm going to have on the website are what's invaluable. I have an interview with Lou Holtz, a Hall of Fame coach, a coach I coached with at Notre Dame as a graduate assistant, who's a legend out there in terms of his wisdom in handling his athletes, his wisdom in terms of coaching. And he was also a national championship coach at Notre Dame, but he's been a coach in many places where he's always had success. And I have Dabo Sweeney online that I'm going to have give his feedback, and he's doing quite well. In fact, Clemson, you may see, become the national championship here. And Mike McCoy, who was a contributor to the Green Bay Packers, #1 draft choice. He's got Mike McCoy Ministries right now, goes all over the country talking to high school age youth and youth in general with the proper foundation as they approach life in their sports, as they participate in sports. And I have a technical expert in terms of the kicking technical expert on my website, John Carney, the Hall of Fame NFL kicker, who's the highest scorer in history of the San Diego Chargers and has a Super Bowl ring from when he played with the New Orleans Saints. He's a good friend, and he has contributed invaluable insights in training kickers, which I think today, issues of CTE, if I had a son today playing football, I may want him to be more of a kicker than an actual player where he's trying to run into a 250-pounder. You know what I mean?
Yeah, oh, yeah. Well, you know how to keep it between the uprights, and we know that John Carney certainly kept it between the uprights, no doubt.
Bill Hazen visiting with former Notre Dame football standout Tom Flynn. Once again, his website is footballmentorship.com. We'll return to the Bosun Company Fieldhouse and Marshfield boys basketball in just a moment.
This time of year, the roads aren't exactly your truck's friend. So when your truck parts start to fall apart, come to V&H for what you need. At V&H, our parts department is your one-stop shop for all things heavy truck. We've got a large inventory of all mixed truck parts from more than 300 sources that helps you drive away in confidence. So come on in and see our parts department today. V&H, the driving force in heavy trucks and equipment.
At 1505 South Central Avenue, Marshfield, or vhtrucks.com.
The Marshfield Booster Club salutes former Tiger Dalton Varsho on being named the Northwest League Player of the Week in August of last season. Dalton was 10 for 20 with 4 doubles, 1 triple, 3 home runs, and 7 RBIs for the Hillsboro Hops during the week ending August 29th. He also hit 2 home runs in 1 game against Salem Keyser. Congratulations once again to Marshfield's Dalton Varsho from the Marshfield Tiger Booster Club.
Business insurance. If you own a business, you need coverage. Talk to the expert at Schwartz Insurance. Over 90 years of experience and 3 generations of family ownership. Let Schwartz manage your business insurance program. Schwartz Insurance. Be sure. Check out Schwartz at BeSureOnline.com. That's BeSureOnline.com. Or call 387-1130. Schwartz Insurance. Be sure.
Getting set for boys basketball here at the Boston Company Fieldhouse. Marshfield and Stevens Point meeting in this key Wisconsin Valley Conference matchup. Our starting lineups are service of Ag Country Farm Credit Services, supporting agriculture and rural communities throughout central Wisconsin. For Stevens Point at center, Andrew Erdman, 6'3" senior, averaging 7.3 points per game. At forward, Brennan Mueller, 6'2" senior, averaging 8.5, and Darren Zwicker, 6'1" junior, averaging 2.4. The guards are Drew Cullen, 6'1" senior, averaging 8.5, and Drew Blair, 6'3" senior, averaging 29.8 points per game. Spash coached by Scott Anderson. The Panthers 9-4 overall, 5-1 in the Wisconsin Valley Conference. For the Marshfield Tigers tonight, at center, Isaac Meverden, 6'4" senior, averaging 6.2 points per game. The forwards are Grant Urban, 6'4" senior, averaging 2.9, and Seth Anderson, 6'5" senior, averaging 21.4 points per game. The guards are Brant Bowman, 5'10" senior, averaging 8.5, and Reed Miller, 6'6" junior, averaging 14 points per game. Tigers coached by Scott Scheuer, assisted by Ryan Larson and Sean Lee. The Tigers are 8-5 overall, 5-1 in the Wisconsin Valley Conference. First place in the Wisconsin Valley Conference on the line in this ball game tonight. Marshfield has a loss to Spash earlier this year. Spash a loss to Merrill. Tigers in white and Stevens Point in red. Miller and Blair on the center jump to begin play. Opening tip to Marshfield. Tiger ball in front court to our right. Man-to-man defense by Spash. Reed Miller near side. Looks for some help on the cut to Meverden. Inside feed to Urban, broken up and goes out of bounds, and last hit by Meverden. Tigers turned the ball over on their first possession. Some backcourt pressure by Marshfield. Drew Blair has the ball and defended by Brant Bowman. Comes across the timeline on the near wing. Back out top to Zwicker. Back in the far corner, Andrew Erdman dribbles out top. Cullen on the far side. Gives back to Zwicker in the far corner. Blair on the drive, cut off. Back out top to Zwicker, can't get a shot off. Spash resetting now. Drew Blair top of the key, Bowman defending him. Blair to the baseline, turned away by Brandt. Lobs it back outside to Cullen. Turned away in the far corner by Meverden. Blair gets it back along the far sideline. Now Mueller, top of the key, turned away. Good defense here by Marshfield. Cullen comes near side to Blair once again. Baseline hits Mueller in the corner. He'll drive on Urban, cut off. Back to Cullen deep in the far corner. A lot of outside passing here by Stevens Point. Zwicker holds on the near sideline. Mueller far side to Drew Blair. Blair on the drive, stopped on the foul line by Bowman. Spins, leans in, off balance shot up and no good. Gets his own rebound, puts it up and in. Drew Blair scores it for Spash, and Stevens Point leads 2-0. Long possession that time, but finally Spash caught the bucket. Now it's Marshfield ball. A low pass to Bowman is knocked loose at the timeline, comes free, and is grabbed by Zwicker. He'll drive down the floor and lay it up and in, and he's fouled as well. Basket good by Zwicker, and a Tiger foul. Grant Urban on the foul, his first team foul. Tough turnover there for the Tigers. A low pass that Bowman couldn't handle. And they're going to wave off the basket. No basket on the play. Spash inbounding. Blair on the near side of the foul line. Off-balance shot is up and in. Drew Blair scores it, and Spash leads early 4-0. They do not press as Reed Miller comes into front court for Marshfield. Reed outside the arc, goes to the baseline. Stopped, cross-court feed, knocked down by Cullen, out of bounds across the baseline. We've played 2 minutes and Spash leads 4-0. Marshfield inbounding, baseline front court. Meverton will throw it in. Isaac looking inside to Anderson to the basket, lays it up and missed it, but was bumped and fouled on the shot. Foul called on Andrew Erdman. First foul on Erdman, first team foul. Seth Anderson, 75% on the foul line. Line right, shooting 2. And his first try is good. We played 2 minutes and Spash leads 4-1. Nice crowd on hand for a big ball game here at the Bosun Company Fieldhouse in Marshfield tonight. Seth Anderson with a second free throw. It's away and good. Tigers back to within 2. Stevens point up the floor. Drew Blair has the ball. He'll cross the timeline on Brant Bowman. Zwicker outside the arc far wing. Mueller comes near side to Cullen. Back to Blair out top on Bowman. He'll back it out. Fake the 3. Mueller far side once again. They swing back near side to Zwicker. Baseline Blair. Backs in on Bowman. In the lane. Fall away jumpers away and it rolls in. Blair doesn't miss very often. Shooting 56% from the floor. Spash back up by 4. Marshfield on the attack. Miller on the far wing. To the free throw line. Gets a screen from Anderson. Down the lane. Cross court to Anderson once again. Seth baseline stopped. Allows back out top to Bowman. Baseline to Miller. Three-pointer by Reed is away and good. Reed Miller for 3. His 34th of the year. Tigers within 1. Stevens point on the attack. Blair on the near side. Back out top. Cullen has the ball. Mueller far side. Zwicker with it. Cullen gets it back top of the circle. And they wheel it near side to Mueller once again. Blair out top. Fakes the 3 on Anderson. Blair again on the near side. A very long 3 by Blair is up and no good. Tipped around and claimed by Seth Anderson. Marshfield back to front court. Anderson on the near side. Baseline Bowman. He'll pop a 3-pointer. It's good. Brant Bowman for 3. His 21st of the year. And Marshfield has a 2-point lead. Stevens point on the attack. Blair on the near side. To the foul line. Down the lane. Gets bumped before the shot. Foul called against, I believe, Brant Bowman. First foul on Brent and the Tigers' second team foul. Stevens point to inbound, baseline front court. Cullen will toss it in. He'll lob up for Blair on the near side. Back out top to Zwicker. Now Cullen to the foul line, turned away. Far side, here's a 3 by Mueller away and no good. Kicks out long and claimed by Mueller along the far sideline. He'll drive again, cut off. Cullen on the near side. He'll take the lane. Now baseline, here's a 3-pointer by Erdman up and in. Erdman for 3. His 23rd of the year, and Spash goes back up by 1. We played 4 minutes. Marshfield ball in front court to our right. Reed Miller between the circles. Far side to Bowman. Bowman comes back out top to Anderson. Seth kicks the ball loose. It rolls to the sideline, out of bounds, and last hit by Anderson. So Marshfield's second turnover. 13:50 remaining, first half. Tigers trail 9-8. Point ball. Drew Cullen has it back. He'll cross the timeline on Isaac Meverton. To the far side. Hands back to Blair. Can't get down the lane. Back out to Cullen on the far wing. Blair gets it back in the corner. Facing Bowman now. Spins it back outside to Mueller. Near side Zwicker has it. Cross court Cullen. Far side Blair once again. Can't get a shot off. Now Mueller holds on the far wing. Man-to-man defense by Marshfield. Here's Erdman deep on the near side. Back out top to Cullen. He'll turn, fire a 3-pointer. Rims out of there. And Brant Bowman goes high for the rebound. Henderson to front court to the near side of the baseline. Leans in, shoots off the glass, and in and fouled. Basket good by Seth Anderson. And a Spash foul as well. Call is on, I believe, Drew Blair. First on Blair, second team foul. And Seth Anderson line right, attempting a 3-point play. Marshfield back up by 1. And Seth's foul shot is up and in. So Anderson has 5. Tigers lead by 2. Point ball, front court to our left. Blair on the near side. Cullen back out front. Swings far side to Mueller. Drives on Urban, goes baseline. Grant stops him. Has some problems along the baseline. Now underneath to Cullen. He's in too deep. Dribbles back outside with it. Mueller takes it in the lane. He falls down but got tripped, I think, by Bowman. Bowman was not defensing him. He was defending Blair. I guess I'll call it on Urban. That's 2 fouls on Grant, 3rd team foul. And Anthony Postula comes in for the Tigers, 6'1" sophomore, averaging 5.3 per game. Lob up for Blair in the lane. He'll back it out, drive down the lane, lean in, left-hander up and in and fouled. Basket good by Drew Blair. And fouled by Isaac Meverden. Isaac's first, 4th team foul. On that last play, I think Bowman was, it looked from here like Bowman was defending Blair and had his back foot out, not even facing the play, and Cullen fell over his foot, but they called the foul on Urban anyway. Free throw is missed, and the rebound pulled in by Miller. We're deadlocked at 11. 12:40 left in the first half. Tiger ball. Bowman on the far wing. Bounces downstairs to Anderson, facing Blair. He'll turn it in the corner to Miller. Reed on the drive. Leans in. Backdoor. Meverden for the layup. Meverden from Miller, and Marshfield back up by 2. Point to forecourt. Far side Mueller. He'll drive to the foul line. Stop there. Cullen back out top. Pulls it out. Picked up by Meverden. Zwicker on the far wing. Baseline, Cullen has it back. Mueller top of the circle. Wheels it near side again to Erdman. Bowman covering the passing lane. Blair can't get it. Now he takes it. Drives down the lane. Leans in. Scoop shot up and no good. Ball's on the floor and grabbed by Bowman. Tigers on the breakout. Near side Miller stops. Back out top Anderson. Foul line jumper is up and it rolls around and falls in. Anderson for 2. Marshfield up by 4. Tigers' biggest lead. 11:45 remaining in the first half. Point to forecourt. Cullen on the near side to the baseline on Meverden. Gets inside, but is stopped by Anderson on the switch. Out top, Erdman, a 3-pointer, rims out. And Miller screens off for the rebound. Front court feed to Anderson. Stopped in the far corner. Needs some help. Comes outside to Miller. Near side to Postolic. Bowman in the corner. Facing Mueller. He'll pop a 3-pointer from the baseline. Bounces out, no good. Rebound to Blair. Blair back to front court for Stevens Point. Picked up by Bowman out top. He'll back it out. Cullen on the far wing. Back out top. Mueller once again. Starts to drive. Turned away nicely by Postolic. He'll try again. Goes down the lane. One-hander. Wild shot is missed. Tipped outside and taken by Blair once again. Spash has it back. Blair on the far side. Hands back to Mueller along the far sideline. Cullen between the circles. Near side to Erdman. He'll attack. Stop to the dotted line. Back outside Blair on the far side. Fakes a long 3. Bowman on him tightly. Finds Mueller along the far sideline. Man-to-man defense by Marshfield. Erdman back to Blair on the near side. Wants a screen out top. Now picked up by Anderson on the switch. He'll drive down the lane. Left-hander up and in. Blair with 10. Marshfield by 2. 10:30 left first half. Blair tough to stop. 10 points already tonight. Seth Anderson to front court for Marshfield. Postolic on the far wing. Comes near side to Bowman. High post Anderson. Drives down the lane. Pulls up. Leans in. One-hander is up and in. Tough shot for Seth. But it rolls in. And the Tigers back up by 4. Now it's Stevens Point back to front court. Drew Blair on the near sideline. Holds back out top to Erdman. Far side Mueller. He'll pop an open 3. No good. And Anderson flies in for the rebound. Marshfield has it back, leading by 4. Anderson, far side Miller. Reed has an open 3, and he misses the shot. Long rebound, kicks outside, loose in the corner, picked up by Postolic. Good hustle there by Anthony. Now Miller on the drive, in the lane, scoop shot away, no good. He gets it back, tips it, missed it, gets it back, lays it up and missed it, but fouled on the play. Great effort there by Reed Miller once Anthony Postolic got that first offensive rebound. Reed had 3 shots. Foul number 5, Drew Cullen. Foul is on Drew Cullen, his first, and the 3rd team foul. Tigers bring in John Reigel, 5'11 senior, averaging 1.8 per game. Miller is out. Stevens Point making a change as well. The officials first will confer. Evan Volendorf, 6'1 sophomore, averaging 5.4 per game, comes in for Stevens Point. Marshfield, I believe, wants a timeout. Now the officials are putting both teams back on the floor. So some stoppage here. 9:25 remaining, first half. Marshfield leads 17-13 and will resume play. And Marshfield to inbound, baseline front court. Meverden will inbound. He'll lob for Anderson at the high post. Back down the lane, leans in, one-hander up, and it rolls out. Grabbed by Reigel, and John is fouled. John Reigel in there with an aggressive offensive rebound. And fouled on the play. And that call is on Volendorf. His first. Fourth team foul. Not a shooting foul, so Marshfield inbounding. Baseline front court. Meverden will inbound. Bounces to Anderson. That's a bad pass stolen by Blair. Blair back up the floor, and a reach-in foul, I think, on Anderson coming up the floor. Not the kind of foul the Tigers won in that situation. A reach-in on Seth, his first foul. Fifth team foul. Spash to inbound. Sideline front court. Cullen looking. Comes into Volendorf on the near side. They swing far wing to Erdman. On the cut to Blair at the high post. Ball knocked loose. He picks it back up at the sideline. Drives at the foul line. Down the lane. Leans in. Scoop shot good. And Blair now with 12. Tigers lead by 2. 9 minutes left in the first half. Marshfield on offense. Postolic in the front court to Bowman on the near side. Grant outside the arc. Top of the circle hits Anderson. Baseline to Postolic and threw his hands out of bounds. Marshfield's third turnover. Tigers lead 17-15. 8:50 remaining in the first half here at the Bosun Company Fieldhouse in Marshfield. Each team 5-1 in Wisconsin Valley Conference play heading into this ball game. Spash on the attack in front court to our left. Drew Blair has the ball. Exchanges with Volendorf back out top. Near corner Cullen. He'll pop a three-point try. It's off the back of the rim, off the top of the backboard, and rebounded by Anderson. Marshfield to front court. Lead pass for Meverden over his head out of bounds. Tigers get too aggressive that time, and Meverden couldn't handle the long pass. Tigers with 4 turnovers in this ball game. We have Spash for no turnover so far tonight. Spash back up the floor, trailing by 2. Drew Cullen has the ball. Across the timeline on Isaac Meverden. Far side hits Volendorf outside the arc. Swings to Erdman on the near side. Baseline to Cullen. Back on the far side. Volendorf stopped, comes back near side. Erdman on the arc once again. Erdman top of the circle. Far side Volendorf fakes the 3 on Postolic. Baseline to Cullen. Drives in the lane, is turned away. Backdoor feed Volendorf down low. Back out top to Cullen. Erdman looking for Blair down in the corner. Facing the basket on Bowman. Backs in to the dotted line. Off balance shot away and good. Man, he's got a fadeaway that's almost unstoppable. 14 for Blair. And we're tied at 17. 7:40 left in the first half. Marshfield to front court. Anderson far side to Meverden. Gets a screen from Seth. Kicks it back out to Bowman. Near side Postolic. Looks baseline to John Reigel in the corner. Back out front Bowman. Resetting the offense. Man-to-man defense by Spash. Meverden outside the arc on the drive cut off. Postolic top of the circle. Back to Anderson. Picked up by Blair. He goes baseline with a spin move, leans in off the shot, partially blocked and grabbed by Mueller. Stevens Point can take the lead with the basket. Blair on the far side, pulls up at the foul line and guns, and good again. Blair was 16. And I believe we have a timeout as John Reigel ties his shoe. And so as that is done, the Tigers bring in Tommy Olson, 6'2 junior, averaging 2.9 per game for John Reigel. 6:55 remaining in the first half, and Marshfield now trails 19-17. We've had 4 lead changes here in the first half. Tigers to front court, down by 2. Olson on the near side. Baseline hits Postolic. Pass cross court is picked up by Bowman. Back out top, Postolic fakes a long 3. Olson on the near wing. Starts to drive to the baseline, turned away. Backdoor cut to Anderson. Seth will drive and miss the lay-in and tipped it out of bounds. And last hit by Cullen. Meverden tipped it, and I believe Cullen hit it last. Tigers inbounding. Baseline front court. 6:30 left first half. Spash leads 19-17. Officials now will confer on whether or not Cullen did hit that ball last. Medford got a hand on it. And they're not going to change their mind. It will be Spash ball. Medford actually did get the offensive rebound, and Cullen did not touch it before it went out of bounds. So Spash has it back. Cullen baseline. Stopped by Bowman. Tries again. Back out top to Vollendorf. Erdman on the far wing. Blair has it back on the far sideline. He'll drive, pulls up at the foul line, and he's hit and fouled by Bowman. Second foul on Brandt, and the 6th team foul. Halftime in Edgar. Stratford 21, Edgar 13. That's our Merriwood Conference ball game tonight on WOSQ. Drew Blair, 86% on the foul line. Shooting 2, line left. First by Blair is good. He's got 17 tonight. 6:15 remaining first half. Tigers trail 20-17. Bowman is out. Reed Miller back in for the Tigers. Drew Blair on his way to Northwest Missouri State to play next year. Second foul shot is also good. He's got 18 here in the first half. Tigers trail by 4. This is Point's biggest lead. Marshfield on offense. Postolek out top, having trouble with Cullen. Comes back to Olsen on the near side. Tommy pulls it out. Bounces into Anderson, facing the basket. Layup is no good. Tipped up and missed by Meverden and claimed by Blair. But the Tigers with 2 good shots that time and wouldn't roll in. Blair has it back at the foul line, turned away by Anderson. Stopped in the corner. Back outside to Erdman. Baseline hits Vollendorf. Now Blair has it back on the near side, and he'll pop a long 3. It's up and in. Blair with 21, and Marshfield wants a timeout. Blair has 21 here in the first half. His teammates have 3. Marshfield timeout. Tigers first timeout with 5:35 remaining in the first half. Our score is Stevens Point 24, Marshfield 17. Back with more basketball in just a moment.
For almost 50 years, Abbey Bank has been providing financial services to local families and businesses. What makes us different? Our partnership with the communities we serve, helping families grow, helping business grow, and celebrating important moments. With new programs and facilities, support for our youth, and help for those most in need. Abbey Bank invests in its communities and gives back locally. With locations in Abbotsford, Appleton, Medford, Wausau, and Weston, we make banking about you. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
The solid foundation, support among its members, and the development of a winning tradition. If you're planning to build or remodel, think of the tradition offered at Trudeau Construction of Marshfield. They handle everything from new homes to additions, remodeling projects, kitchens and baths, cabinets, wood floors, decks, and gazebos. Have a project in mind? Plan it from the ground up by dialing 387-2239 for Trudeau Construction, Marshfield.
Stevens Point up by 7. This is the biggest Spash lead of the ball game. 5:34 remaining in the first half. Marshfield has led by 4. We've had 4 lead changes so far tonight. Tiger ball in front court to our right. Reed Miller outside the arc on the near wing. Back out front to Meverden. Backdoor lob for Anderson. Broken up and stolen by Blair. Tigers' 5th turnover. Spash read that well. Cullen comes to front court. Drives to the foul line, comes near side to Erdman. He'll pop a 3-pointer, up and no good. Long rebound, tracked down by Miller. 5 rebounds for Reed tonight. Tigers back on the attack. Miller on the drive down the lane, kicks out baseline. Meverden for 3, off the rim, no good. Ball's on the floor and tracked down by Anderson. Foul line jumper by Seth is good. Anderson with 11 off the missed shot. Tigers within 5, 4:50 remaining in the first half. Spash on the attack. Blair on the near side, defense now by Anderson. Stopped out top by Seth, far side to Cullen. Brings it back out front. Urban has it on the near wing. On the cut to Vollendorf down the lane, off balance shot up, no good. And Meverden screens off for the rebound. Front court feed to Anderson. Seth pops on the near sideline, a long 2 is good. Anderson with 13, Tigers back to within 3. Spash on the attack. Here's Erdman across the timeline to Blair on the near side. They clear out this near sideline. Back out top, Cullen. Far side to Vollendorf. Blair top of the circle once again, picked up by Anderson. Wollendorf in the corner, can't attack the baseline. Waits for Cutter. Postolick on him tight. Cullen baseline, turns on Meverden. Backs him down, leans in without the shot. And we got a walking call on Cullen, changes pivot foot. By our count, that is the first Spash turnover of the ballgame. Brendan Mueller back in for Stevens Point, replacing Evan Wollendorf. 3:55 remaining, first half. And Marshfield trails 24-21. Tigers coming length of the floor here. Reed Miller on the dribble. Walks it over on Zwicker. Starts to back into the lean. It's in baseline. Here's a three-pointer by Postolick, away and good. A big three for Anthony Postolick, his 12th of the year. And we're deadlocked at 24. At Stevens Point to front court. Near side Blair with it, again picked up by Anderson. On the cut to Cullen, down the lane, left-hander, no good. Tipped in the corner and claimed by Miller. Marshfield back to front court. Lead pass Anderson. Inside to Meverden, who drives and scores. Tigers with a 9-0 run. They go back up by 2, and Stevens Point wants time. Stevens Point timeout, their first. 3:18 remaining in the first half. Our score is Marshfield 26, Stevens Point 24. You're listening to Marshfield Tiger basketball on AM 1450 WDLB Marshfield and WDLB WOSQ.com. Tom Uthmeyer is our producer. I'm Gene Delisio here at the Bosun Company Fieldhouse. Tiger basketball, the service of the Baltus Bread and Butter Shop in Marshfield. When you gas up at the Tiger or Don's Pride Pumps on North Central Avenue next to Walgreens, 2 cents per gallon is donated to that school system. That's at the Baltus Bread and Butter Shop on North Central Avenue next to Walgreens in Marshfield. 3:18 left in the first half. Marshfield back up by 2, 5 lead changes and 3 ties here in the first half. It's Spash ball in backcourt. These two teams share the Wisconsin Valley Conference boys basketball lead, each at 5-1. Spash ball in front court to our left, Erdman along the far sideline. Picked up by Miller. Cullen back out top to the foul line, no shot. Hands to Mueller on the far wing. Now Blair has it back, one-on-one with Anderson. He'll drive to the foul line, lean in, and Anderson stops him. Lobs back outside, Cullen goes down the lane. Kicks back out to Erdman for a three-point try. He missed the shot, and the rebound grabbed by Meverden. Marshfield back to front court, 2:50 in the period. Miller across the timeline, starts to drive down the lane, stop near side. Here's Olsen, three-pointer up and in. Tommy Olsen hits a 3, his 9th of the year, and Marshfield up by 5, the Tigers' biggest lead. Spash on offense, Cullen hands to Zwicker, far side, Blair has it back. Again picked up by Anderson, he'll back it out. Mueller top of the circle, near side hits Erdman, he'll drive to the dotted line, turned away. Mueller on the far side, he'll attack to the free throw line, back to Blair on the near sideline. Picked up by Anderson, Blair backs it out once again, wants a clear out here I believe. Now lobs cross court to Erdman, can't go baseline on Miller. Hands back outside, Blair open on the near sideline, picked up by Meverden on the switch, and Isaac shuts him down. Cullen back to Blair, he'll drive inside and lay it in. Blair with 23, his teammates with 3. Marshfield leads by 3, 1:50 remaining in the first half. Miller to front court, going down the lane all the way, leans in off balance shot, no good. And the rebound claimed by Zwicker, and Miller fouls him over the back. First foul on Reed Miller. 7th team foul. Stevens Point in the bonus with 1:45 remaining before halftime. Spash free throws here. Darren Zwicker, 6 of 10 on the foul line this season. He'll shoot a 1-and-1. Stevens Point makes a change here. 6-foot senior Max Hoffmeister, averaging 2.5 per game, comes in for Brennan Mueller. Zwicker on the foul line to our left for Spash. Shooting 1-and-1. His first attempt is no good. And the rebound claimed by Reed Miller. 7 rebounds for Reed in the first half. Reed comes to front court. Tigers up by 3. 1:40 left before halftime. Postolick on the near wing. Brings it back out into the center line. Hands there to Miller. Near side, Postolick has it back. Downstairs to Meverden. Back outside, Postolick once again. Holds outside the arc. Meverden in the corner. Backs into the free throw line. Comes back out to Olsen. Baseline Postolick. He'll drive inside. Kick it back out to Miller. Reed at the foul line. Comes back out to Olsen. Fakes the 3. Goes baseline. Back out to Miller. Reed open for a three-pointer. No good. And the rebound cleared by Erdman. He falls down. A foul coming on Meverden. Second on Isaac Meverden, 8th team foul. And Stephen Points gets more free throws here. One and one here for Spash. Erdman on the foul line, where he's 3 of 6 this year. His first attempt is good. 1:08 remaining. First half, Tigers lead 29-27. John Reigel back in for Marshfield. For Isaac Meverden. One more foul shot for Erdman. It is away and good. So Erdman now has 5. And Blair has 23, and that's been the Spash scoring to date. 60 seconds remaining first half. Marshfield by 1. Miller across the timeline. Near side hits Reigel outside the arc. John back out top. Postolic, top of the circle. Comes back to Miller on the near side. 50 seconds before halftime. Reed penetrates, goes inside, leans in and may walk with the ball. He was held. Took a giant drop step there. Cullen on the foul. That's 2 fouls on Cullen. 5th team foul. Tigers not shooting as of yet. But they'll get Cullen out of there. And Nolan Blair, 6-foot junior, averaging 3.7 per game, comes in for Cullen with 45 seconds remaining before halftime. Tigers inbound. Underneath Anderson. Backs in. Turns in the lane. One-hander up and it rolls in. 15 for Seth. Tigers up by 3. 35 seconds left before halftime. Blair moves into front court for Stevens Point, picked up by Anderson. And he'll hold near the timeline. Spash may play for final shot. 25 seconds remaining in the first half. Marshfield leads by 3. And Drew Blair holds the ball near the timeline. Clock down to 16 seconds. Blair one-on-one with Anderson. 13, fakes a move. Now comes back outside with 11. 10, near side with 8. 7, still holds out top with 6. 5 to the foul line, backs it out with 3, 2, a very long 3 is up and no good. Rebound put back up and blocked as time expires. Blair got a long 3, missed it. Hoffmeister actually got the rebound, went back up with a reverse layup, and Anderson blocked it to end the first half of basketball. Women's college basketball on Wednesday evening. UW Stout women featuring Athens' Kincaid Diedrich coming off a 34-point performance in a ball game last week. Stout plays at La Crosse on Wednesday night. The Franciscan of Ohio women feature.
For almost 50 years, Abbey Bank has been providing financial services to local families and businesses. What makes us different? Our partnership with the communities we serve, helping families grow, helping business grow, and celebrating important moments. With new programs and facilities, support for our youth, and help for those most in need. Abbey Bank invests in its communities and gives back locally. With locations in Abbotsford, Appleton, Medford, Wausau, and Weston, we make banking about you. Equal housing lender, member FDIC. For more than 50 years, V&H Automotive has been serving Marshfield and central Wisconsin with new Ford, Lincoln, and Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, and Ram trucks. Our professional staff of factory-trained sales associates, as well as parts and service personnel, are here to serve you 6 days a week. We're your neighborhood quick service experts. We provide all the services your car or truck needs most, including an in-depth vehicle checkup report on every visit. Visit us for friendly service and very competitive pricing. See V&H Automotive today. Nasonville Dairy, family owned and operated, bringing you fresh cheese curds made daily, along with many other varieties of Wisconsin-made cheeses and treats. Don't forget to check out our cheese and sausage trays for your upcoming parties and cheese and sausage gift packages for the holiday season or any other special occasion. Nasonville Dairy, located just southwest of Marshfield on U.S. Highway 10, NasonvilleDairy.com.
Calendars, calculators, and supplies. Also appointment books, file cabinets, computer supplies, printer cartridges, expanding files, mileage, and payroll books, just to mention a few of the necessities you'll find at Marshfield Book and Stationery, M11 West McMillan in Marshfield. Stop in and see them today or call 715-387-1286. Store hours are Monday through Friday, 8 to 5.
First place on the line here in the Wisconsin Valley Conference tonight. Marshfield Tigers and Stevens Point Panthers, each 5-1 in league play. And here at the halftime break, Marshfield leads Stevens Point 31-28. Tiger basketball tonight on WDLB, a service of the Hearing House in Marshfield, Colby, Neelsville, and Wausau. Victory Apparel in Marshfield and Trudeau Construction in Marshfield. They have a half-court shot here. Had one young man make a half-court shot during the girls' game earlier today, and now two guys have made half-court shots. Here at the boys' halftime, the Marshfield Tiger just took a half-court shot and missed, and his headband fell off. So made a great effort, but not quite up to task there from half-court. Tiger boys basketball team leads Stevens Point here at halftime, 31-28. We'll come back and review the first half scoring and stats following these words.
Here's another Tooth Truth from Dental Clinic of Marshfield.
A bright new smile is a great confidence builder. Repaired, replaced, straightened, and cleaned teeth can improve overall health. Dental Clinic of Marshfield dentists provide a wide variety of cosmetic options, including orthodontics, porcelain veneers, implants, crowns, bridges, whitening, and more.
Dental Clinic of Marshfield. Dental care for life. Schedule an appointment today at any of their 3 offices in Marshfield, Stratford, or Neelsville. Learn more at dentalclinicofmarshfield.com.
The Tiger Hoops Club thanks the Marshfield community. Your support helps to offset tournament fees and travel expenses for basketball travel teams grades 4 through 8. Go to TigerHoopsClub.com to see information on upcoming events, fundraisers, team photos, and upcoming tournaments. Thanks to Tiger Hoops Club sponsors including Marshfield Clinic, Midstate Truck Service, Marshfield Firefighters, Forward Financial Bank, Marshfield Professional Police Association, V&H Truck, and WDLB WOSQ Radio. Come on out to high school basketball games and support the Marshfield Tiger basketball teams. Roll Tigers! Roll Tigers! Roll Tigers!
Stern Weiss & Sons Ready Mix Division is on the ground floor of construction projects like buildings, basements, driveways, floors, sidewalks, patios for businesses and homes. Now that winter is here, Stern Weiss & Sons is ready to do your ready mix project with heating agents for cold temperatures. They can help you with colored concrete as well. And remember, although concrete is durable, avoid using de-icers that disintegrate surfaces. Contact Stern Weiss & Sons for advice on pouring and proper care of your concrete. Stern Weiss & Sons Ready Mix Division in Marshfield on Wren Road at their block division 400 East Arnold and SternWeissandSons.com.
Marshfield Tiger boys basketball team leading Stevens Point here at halftime, 31-28. Our halftime stats a service of the people for whom numbers matter the most. Edward Jones Investments of Marshfield. See Randy Gershman or Brian Kaiser for their sound investment advice. Spash at halftime led by Drew Blair with 23 points. Andrew Erdman has 5, and that's been the Stevens Point attack so far tonight. On the Marshfield side, Seth Anderson with 15, Isaac Meverden 4, Brant Bowman, Reed Miller, Anthony Postolick, and Tommy Olson, each with a 3-point basket for 3. Tigers are 3 of 3 on the foul line, Spash 4 of 5. Marshfield has 5 turnovers, Stevens Point has only 1. Marshfield's biggest lead has been 5. Point's biggest lead has been 7. We've had 5 lead changes and 3 ties at 11, 17, and 24. Now, once again, first place on the line tonight in the Wisconsin Valley Conference. Point and Marshfield share first place in the Valley at 5-1. Merrill 4-2. DC Everest and Wisconsin Rapids 3-3. Wausau West 1-5. Wausau East 0-6 heading into play tonight. And at halftime, our score is Marshfield 31, Stevens Point 28. We'll come back with more from the Bosun Company Fieldhouse in Marshfield following these messages.
Paget Equipment Company, a division of JBL International, specializing in stainless steel fabrication worldwide, and a proud backer of Marshfield area youth programs and activities. The folks at Paget Equipment support healthy competition. It helps prepare youth for life, teaching them important concepts like teamwork and fair play. Important in athletics, important in business, important in life. Paget Equipment, a strong backer of the youth of Marshfield, urging you to get involved with school-related activities.
The Marshfield Tiger Booster Club salutes former Tiger catcher Dalton Varsho on being named the Northwest League Player of the Week in August of last season. Dalton was 10 for 20 with 4 doubles, 1 triple, 3 home runs, and 7 RBIs for the Hillsboro Hops during the week ending August 29th. He also hit 2 home runs in 1 game against Salem Keyser. Congratulations once again to Marshfield's Dalton Varsho from the Marshfield Tiger Booster Club.
Are you tired of pressing buttons only to talk to a machine? Then it's time to switch to a local insurance agency, someone you know and trust to be there for you and your family. S&S Insurance at 207 West Upham Street in Marshfield has been serving the area since 1985. S&S Insurance Services can tailor any auto, home, life, business, or farm policy to fit your life. Call S&S Insurance for a free quote today at 715-387-3477 or stop by and visit one of their experienced agents at 207 West Upham Street in Marshfield.
Wisconsin Badger men's basketball team defeated tonight in Big Ten action. Iowa beat Wisconsin 85-67. Ethan Happ led Wisconsin with 21 points and 10 rebounds. Marshfield Tiger girls basketball team will play Wisconsin Rapids here at the Bosun Company Fieldhouse in Marshfield on Friday night. Game time 7:15. Our broadcast Friday night 7 p.m. right here on AM 1450 WDLB and on WDLB WOSQ.com. Again, our halftime score: Marshfield 31, Stevens Point 28. Back with the second half of basketball following these messages.
The cozy warmth after coming in from a chilly, pink-cheeked morning walk. The perfect man cave temperature to kick back and watch the big game. When the weather turns cold, a new Rheem heating system will surround your family in total comfort. Are you feeling it? Rheem, the new degree of comfort.
Feel the warmth this winter with a new home heating system installed by the local pros at Comfort Systems Heating and Cooling. Call Comfort Systems Heating and Cooling today or see them in Marshfield at 1209 West Veterans Parkway.
Victory Apparel of Marshfield is the place to go for all your hometown team apparel. New styles are arriving daily for every high school team in the area, as well as your favorite college team. Check out their NCAA team hoodies. Victory Apparel, just south of the tracks on Central Avenue in Marshfield. Your official fanwear store for high school and NCAA team apparel. Plus custom screen printing and embroidery for schools, organizations, and businesses.
I bet I know what you're not thinking about right now. Safety issues when it comes to water and electricity. Thank goodness Marshfield Utilities has done some thinking for you. Of course, it's up to you to follow through with smart thinking about things like to prevent scalding water, heaters should be set no higher than 120 degrees. Always dry your hands before using a switch, plug, or electrical outlet. Stay away from fenced-in power stations, utility poles, and towers. Get all the facts about water and electric safety from Marshfield Utilities. Safety is important, don't you think?
Marshfield and Stevens Point tied for first place in the Wisconsin Valley Conference. Heading into action tonight, Marshfield up by 3 as we start the second half. Tigers out with Anderson, Bowman, Miller, Meverden, and Urban. Bowman, Urban, and Meverden all have 2 fouls. Anderson and Miller each have 1. Drew Cullen has 2 on the Stevens Point side. Spash ball in front court to our right as we start the second half. Earlier tonight, Stevens Point did win the girls contest over Marshfield, 71-65. Tiger girls played with 6 players, but did lead in the second half, but fell by 6. Spash operates in front court to our right. Mueller far side to Cullen. Zwicker at the high post, spins it back out to Blair. Mueller on the near side. Tigers might be in a zone here. Blair top of the circle. Looks like they might be in a 2-3. Blair hands to Cullen along the far sideline. Waits for some help. Now back out top. A bad pass stolen by Bowman. Run out for Brand, who drives and scores. Steal and basket for Brand Bowman. Only the second Spash turnover tonight. Marshfield up by 5, matching their biggest lead. Spash ball. Here's a 3-pointer by Mueller. No good. Ball's on the floor and tracked down by Grant Urban. Marshfield back to forecourt. Miller out top. Far side, Bowman with it. Bowman holds on the far wing. Now top of the circle, it's Anderson. Miller along the far sideline. Defense by Zwicker. Bounces into Urban. Back to Reed. He goes baseline. Leans in. Pull-up jump shot. No good. And the rebound claimed by Erdman in front of Urban. Ahead to Blair on the far side. Drives in the lane. Leans in. Shot is up and in and fouled. Meverden got him on the body, and Drew Blair now with 25. Third foul on Isaac Meverden. First team foul. And Drew Blair on the foul line to our right, attempting a 3-point play. I think Bowman first thought the foul might be on him, but the officials said no, it's on Meverden. Free throw by Blair is up and in, so Blair now with 26. And the Marshfield lead back down to 2. 16:45 left in regulation time. Tigers on offense. Miller comes near side to Anderson. On the drive baseline, leans in. Short jumper is blocked by Blair, but comes outside to Urban, then taken away, and a run out for Blair. He'll drive down the floor and miss the lay-in, and Miller there for the rebound. Tigers the other way. Here's Meverden. Baseline, Anderson drives inside, lays it up and in. Tigers back up by 4. A rare miss by Blair on a breakaway. 4-point lead for Marshfield. Spash ball. Erdman finds Blair on the far wing. Picked up by Bowman. Mueller on the near sideline. 2-3 zone here by Marshfield. Blair top of the circle. Back to Cullen for a 3-point try. It's going to roll out of there. Went halfway down and came out. And Miller right there for the rebound. 9 rebounds for Reed tonight. We still got 16 minutes to play. Tigers to front court. Bowman along the far sideline. Holds it on Mueller. Top of the circle to Anderson. Seth backs it out. Standing dribble on Blair. Near side Meverden. Miller top of the circle. Right back to Anderson near side to the baseline. Stopped by Blair. Brings it back to the circle. Kicks out Bowman on the far wing. Tigers being patient here. Bowman back out top to Miller. Swings to Meverden on the near side. Defense by Cullen. Wants Urban down low, but Urban's not free. High post to Anderson. Swings it cross court to Bowman. Wants a screen from Miller. Brings it back out top. Grant near the center line. Miller gets it back along the sideline. He'll back in on Zwicker to the dotted line. Double team now. Leans in. Cross court Meverden. Baseline Bowman. An open three-pointer is up and no good. Long rebound tracked down by Zwicker. Long possession, but Stevens Point holds off the Tigers. Baseline Mueller in the corner. Downstairs Erdman. Turns on Anderson, comes back out to Mueller. He'll drive in the lane, lean in, one-hander up, and it rolls out of there. And grabbed by Miller. 10 rebounds for Reed Miller. Up ahead, Bowman behind the defense for the lay-in. 70-foot assist for Reed Miller. And Marshfield back up by 6. And we have a timeout on the floor. Timeout used by, I believe, Marshfield. 14:40 remaining in regulation time. Marshfield now on top, 37-31. Now keep in mind, you can nominate and vote for your favorite high school athletes for our WDLB WOSQ High School Athlete of the Month. Get all the details at MarshfieldAreaSports.com. It's sponsored by Burt Trophy and Awards of Marshfield and Cost Cutters Family Hair Care. Our High School Athlete of the Month, sponsored by WDLB and WOSQ and MarshfieldAreaSports.com. Still 14:40 remaining in regulation time. Marshfield on top now by 6. This is the Tigers' biggest lead. Stevens Point basketball. Spash coming length of the floor. Blair will throw in some backcourt pressure now by the Tigers. Ball comes to Hoffmeister, who comes in for Spash. Hoffmeister up the far sideline into forecourt. Brings it back out top. Far side to Zwicker. Blair back out top to Erdman. Now hands to Mueller on the near side. Mueller stopped. Blair top of the key. Picked up by Bowman. Starts to drive down the lane. Leans in. Scoop shot good and fouled. Blair with 28 and fouled on the drive. Basket is good. Seth Anderson on the foul. Seth's second foul, second team foul. Blair foul line right, attempting a three-point play. And Blair's foul shot up and in. So Blair with 29. His career. Marshfield still leads by 3. Miller harassed in backcourt by Zwicker. He'll cross the timeline. Far side hits Bowman. Grant using a screen, comes back out top and throws the ball cross court out of bounds. Anderson cut the wrong way. 6 Tiger turnovers. That gets Postolick back in the ball game for Bowman. Drew Cullen back in for Stevens Point, replacing Brendan, let's see. Looks like Darren Zwicker. Mueller made a move to the bench, and they said, no, it's going to be Zwicker coming out. Spash to front court. They're within 3. Erdman crossing on Anderson. Cullen out top. Comes to Blair on the near side. Now Hoffmeister on the far sideline. Looks like Marshfield still in that 2-3 zone. Mueller on top. Cullen once again hands back to Blair for a very long three, short, and the rebound grabbed by Urban, and Grant fouled. Grant Urban in there for the rebound and fouled on the play. Call is on Brennan Mueller, his first foul, first team foul. Boy, when Blair does miss, you better make sure you secure that rebound. Don't want to give him a second chance. Cullen out. Zwicker comes back in for Spash. 13:45 left. Marshfield by 3. Tigers up the floor. Miller will walk it across. Near side to Postolick. Anthony outside the arc. Far side hits Miller near the center line. Baseline to Anderson. One-on-one with Blair. Holds it. Still holds it. Now dribbles back out top to the circle. Starts to drive again. Leans in. Backdoor to Grant Urban. Goes up off the glass. Blocked and fouled. Shot was blocked. And I think it was Blair, and he got the arm on the shot. It is Blair. Second on Blair. Second team foul. Puts Grant Urban on the foul line for 2. Grant 75% on the foul line this season. His first free throw is good. 13:18 left in regulation time. Marshfield leads 38-34. Tigers want Tommy Olson in the ballgame for Isaac Meverton. Drew Cullen back in for Spash, replacing Max Hoffmeister. Grant Urban gets a second foul shot for Marshfield. And Grant's free throw here is up and off the rim, and it falls in. Tigers lead by 5. It's Spash to forecourt. Blair far side to Cullen. Tigers doing some trapping on the sideline. Mueller back out top. Hits Urban on the far wing. Cullen in the lane, turns, backs it out once again. Cullen still holds, finds Mueller, top of the key. Blair on the far side, picked up by Anderson. Swings near side to Zwicker, back to Cullen for a long three, and it's good. Drew Cullen for 3, his 30th of the year. Spash back to within 2 with 12:45 to play. Lots of time left in this one. Marshfield walking it up. Reed Miller has the ball. Moves across the 10-second line. Far side to Postolick. Tommy Olson top of the key. Back to Anderson on the far wing. Defense by Blair. Downstairs Urban backs in. Short jumper rolls out of there. Pulled in by Mueller. Ahead to Blair. Spash can tie with a basket. Blair far side. Stop. Comes to Cullen on the near wing. Blair gets it back near the timeline. Far side to Mueller. Baseline Erdman, a 3-pointers away and off the rim, no good. Reed Miller collects the rebound, his 11th. Ahead to Postolick. Anthony on the near wing. Back out top to a Miller. 12 minutes to play. Tigers by 2. Anderson on the near wing. To the baseline. Camp back in on Blair. Picks up his dribble. Miller back out front. Bounces downstairs to Anderson once again. Backing in on Blair. He'll lean in. Cross court to Postolick. He'll drive the baseline. Lean in. Short jumper partially blocked. But Postolick fouled on the shot. You're listening to Marshfield Tiger basketball on AM 1450 WDLB Marshfield and WDLB-WOSQ.com. Tom Uthmeyer, our producer. I'm Gene Delisio. That foul on Mueller, his second, team's third. Free throws for Postolick. First is good. 11:45 remaining in regulation time. Marshfield leads Stevens Point 40-37. Postolick with a second free throw for Marshfield. Shot is away and around and in. Anthony with 5 tonight. Tigers back up by 4. Drew Blair will walk it up for Stevens Point. Met by Anderson to the timeline. Crosses to Cullen on the far side. Zwicker on the far wing. Back out top again to Blair. Swings back to Mueller on the near wing. Blair gets it back top of the circle. Poked out by Postolick. A 3 by Cullen is going to roll out of there. Tipped up though and missed. And in by Erdman. Erdman on the rebound basket. And Spash back up by 2. Tigers have the ball back. Reed Miller near side. One-on-one with Zwicker. Heads for the far wing. To the dotted line. Backdoor cut to Olson. Hands to Urban, who drives and is stuffed. Blocked by Erdman. The ball grabbed by Mueller. Run out for Stevens Point. Blair on the near side. The foul line down the lane. Off balance shot rolls off. But Blair knocked down. A foul called on Marshfield. And it might be on Urban. It is on Grant, his third foul. third team foul, and Drew Blair on the foul line with 2 free throws to tie the ball game. Blair scored 40 the first time these teams played this year. His first free throw here is short. 11:05 to play. Marshfield leads 41-39. Blair scored 47 a couple of weeks ago against Merrill, and Spash lost that game. His second foul shot here is going to roll in. So Blair now has 30. He hits the 30-point mark for the 9th time this season. The Tiger lead down to 1. 11 minutes left in regulation time. Reed Miller walks it up for Marshfield. Comes across the line on Zwicker. Postolic on the far sideline. Defense by Mueller. Brings it back out front. Spash a bit aggressive on the outside defensively. Tommy Olson far wing. Picked up by Cullen to the circle. Turned away by Cullen. He'll back it out. Miller on the far wing. One-on-one with Zwicker. Goes to the baseline. Spins. Dumps it cross court to Olson. Baseline Anderson. Three-pointer up and no good. Rebound pulled in by Zwicker. Spash can regain the lead with the basket. Blair across the timeline. Far side to Cullen. Tigers stay in that 2-3 zone defense. Looks like a matchup zone. Blair comes near side to Mueller. Downstairs to Erdman. Looks for a cutter. Nobody free now inside to Blair. Below the basket. Goes up on Olson and lays it in. Blair with 32 and point back up by 1. 10 minutes to play. Tigers have the ball back. Miller across the timeline. One-on-one with Zwicker out top. Near side to Olson. Tommy holds outside the arc. Drives to the foul line. Using the right hand, which is good to see for a left-hander. Tommy on the far wing. Pulls it out once again. Comes near side to Reed Miller. Reed holds to the timeline. Starts to drive in the lane. Spins. Cross court to Olson. Tommy for 3. It's up and too hard. Ball's on the floor. Claimed by Anderson down low. Back up. Shot blocked. Comes out long. Grabbed by Blair. He's on a run out with Miller. He'll drive and lay it in. Blair with 34. And Spash up by 3. Their biggest lead of the second half. Marshfield ball. Miller top of the circle. Starts to drive down the lane and a hold here on Zwicker. First on Darren Zwicker, 4th team foul. Meverton back in for the Tigers. Here we play Grand Urban. 9:09 remaining in regulation time. Stevens Point now leading 44-41. Tigers inbound. Baseline front court. Meverton will look. Finds Postolic on the far wing. Back out top to Anderson. Foul line jumper by Seth is good. Anderson with 19. Tigers back to within 1 halfway through the second half. Marshfield extending their defense somewhat. Blair on the far wing. Comes back out top to Mueller. Back to Blair on the far sideline. Baseline Cullen. A three-pointer is up and no good. Rebound grab by Erdman. Another offensive rebound. Mueller on the near sideline. Backdoor cut to Blair. He'll drive inside. Scoop shot good and fouled as well. Tigers allow another offensive rebound. And Spash scores. Basket by Blair is good. Foul call, I believe, on Reed Miller. Second on Reed. 4th team foul. And Blair foul line right attempting a three-point play. He fires. It's good. Blair with 37. Tigers down by 4. 8:35 remaining in regulation time. Tigers on the attack. Miller comes near side to Postolic. Anthony out top with Mueller. Getting bumped out there and bumped a bit too aggressively, and a foul called on Mueller. 3rd on Brendan Mueller. 5th team foul. Tigers inbounding at the center line. 8.5 to play. Spash leading 47-43. Meverton will throw in to Postolic in backcourt. Anthony will recross on Mueller. He'll start to drive. Lobs near side to Anderson. The pass stolen by Blair. Run out for Blair. He'll drive down the floor. The ball tipped loose out of bounds. And last hit by Mueller. Tipped away by Meverton off of Mueller. Good defensive play by Isaac Meverton. Evan Volendorf back in for Spash. Mueller is out. Brant Bowman back in for the Tigers for Anthony Postolic. Spash by 4, 8:15 left in regulation time. Each team 5-1. They share first place in the Wisconsin Valley Conference. Tigers set in front court to our left. Miller between the circles. Near side to Olson. One-on-one with Cullen. Back out top to Bowman. Far side to Miller. Reed lobs it cross court to Meverden. Isaac hands baseline to Bowman. Dribbles back outside with it. Miller top of the key. Downstairs to Meverden. Back out to Miller on the far side. Goes baseline. Cross court to Olson. Bowman holds on the near wing. Can't get a pass off. Now grabbed by Olson. Harassed on the near sideline. Anderson helps out near the center line. Seth starts to drive down the lane and gets bumped and fouled. Foul called here on Spash. That's on Mueller. Nope, it's on Vollendorf, his second, sixth team foul. Max Hoffmeister back in for Spash, replacing Evan Vollendorf. 7:30 remaining. Stevens Point leads 47-43. Tigers inbounding at quarter court. Meverden in backcourt to Olson. And Tommy will recross. Picked up by Cullen. Hands to Miller along the far sideline. Bowman top of the circle. Far side, Olson has it back. Gets a screen from Miller. Back out top to Reed. Near side to Bowman. Brand still holds. Penetrates, cut off. Baseline, Meverden goes baseline and is forced out of bounds on a block by Erdman. Second foul on Erdman. 17 foul. Tigers lucky they got that call. Otherwise, could have been out of bounds by Meverden because there was not a lot of contact there. But they call the block on Erdman. That puts Meverden on the foul line for 1-1. Isaac only shooting 40% on the foul line this year. Meverden with a 1-1. First shot is away and good. That gives Isaac, by the way, 100 career points. 7:09 remaining. Tigers trail 47-44. Bonus shot for Meverden. It is away and good. Marshfield back to within 2. Some pressure in backcourt. Blair has the ball. Starts out. The pressure backs off. Drew Blair to front court on the near sideline. Back out front, Cullen swings far side to Zwicker. Blair out top once again, picked up by Anderson. Man-to-man defense now by Marshfield. Erdman in the lane, leans in, scoop shot is away, and it rolls around, falls in, and he's fouled as well. Basket good by Erdman. And a foul called against Marshfield. That's on Meverden. And that's going to be 4 fouls on Isaac. 5th team foul. Andrew Erdman, 2 of 2 on the foul line tonight. Attempting a 3-point play to put Spash up by 5. Free throw is around and in. Erdman with 10. In double figures, only the second time in his last 10 ball games. And Stevens Point leads by 5, their biggest lead of the second half. Tiger ball, Bowman far side walks with the ball. Got a pass from Miller and shuffled his feet. 8 Tiger turnovers tonight. Clock down to 6:40 remaining. John Reigel back in for Isaac Meverden. 6:40 left. Stevens Point leads 50-45. 22-14 edge for Spash here in the second half. Drew Cullen takes over. He'll move to front court for Stevens Point. Hands to Blair on the drive down the lane. Leans in. Short jumper partially blocked. Anderson grabs it for Marshfield. Marshfield to front court. Anderson goes baseline. Hands to Olson. Baseline 3 away and good. Big 3 there for Tommy Olson. His second tonight. Marshfield within 2. Stevens Point to forecourt. Hoffmeister far wing. Brings it back out top. Hands back out front to Blair at the foul line. Stopped by Anderson. Cullen has it back down the lane. Leans in. Scoop shot good. But fouled on the floor before the shot. No basket. Brandt movement on the foul. That's 3 on Brandt. 6th team foul. Point inbounding. Baseline front court with 6 minutes to play. They lead by 2. Cullen looking. In the corner hits Blair. He'll drive on Anderson. Pull up. Fade away. Jump shot up and no good. Pulled in by Miller. Tigers can tie with a basket. Front court to Bowman. Brandt holds at the far hash mark. Out top again to Miller. Olson on the near wing. Picked up by Cullen. Man-to-man defense by Spash. Bowman near side back to John Reigel. John picks up his dribble, wants some help. Hands to Anderson. Seth holds on the near side, picked up by Blair. Far side, Miller has it back. Hands to Reigel in the corner. John dribbles a couple of times, now into Anderson, and a foul coming here on Blair. Blair tried to wrap around a deflection there and went around, grabbed Seth to do that. Foul on Drew Blair is his third, 8th team foul. Seth Anderson on the foul line, where he is 3 of 3 tonight. Seth with 29 points the first time these two teams played. He has 19 so far tonight. 1-1 for Anderson. First attempt is good. 5:27 remaining. And the Tigers trail 50-49. Anderson missed the 20-point mark for the 9th time this year. And we have a Stevens Point timeout. Spash timeout. Their second, 5:27 remaining in regulation time, and our score, Stevens Point 50, Marshfield 49. More basketball in just a moment.
For more than 50 years, V&H Automotive has been serving Marshfield and central Wisconsin with new Ford, Lincoln, and Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, and Ram trucks. Our professional staff of factory-trained sales associates, as well as parts and service personnel, are here to serve you 6 days a week. We're your neighborhood quick service experts. We provide all the services your car or truck needs most, including an in-depth vehicle checkup report on every visit. Visit us for friendly service and very competitive pricing. See V&H Automotive today.
If beauty, style, and efficiency are important to you, Heat & Glow has the fireplace for your home. As the leader in the industry, Heat & Glow has the most innovative designs and award-winning fireplaces. Heat & Glow offers hundreds of designs, all equipped with the most advanced technologies the 21st century has to offer. No one builds a better fire.
See the entire line of Heat & Glow options today at House of Heating, North Central Avenue in Marshfield.
Marshfield and Stevens Point tied for first place in the Wisconsin Valley Conference. Heading into action tonight. Tigers down by 1, 5:27 remaining in regulation time, and Seth Anderson can tie the ball game with a second free throw. Seth stands ready, and his foul shot is up and in. Anderson with 21. We're deadlocked at 50 with 5:25 remaining in regulation time. Smash to front court. Cullen near the center line. Drives down the lane. Kicks out baseline. Erdman. Three-pointer is away and no good. Rebound claimed by Zwicker. Another offensive rebound. Blair down the lane. Kanzak outside again to Zwicker. Smash had some big offensive rebounds. Blair in the lane. Scoop shot is up and no good. Tipped in the corner. Out of bounds and last hit by Zwicker. Tigers have the ball back with 5 minutes left. We're tied at 50. Chance for Marshfield to regain the lead. Marshfield moving into front court to our left. Reed Miller will walk it up. Reed only has 3 points tonight, but 12 rebounds. Reed on the far side. Back out top, near side to Bowman. Baseline Anderson. Looks back to Miller on the near sideline. Cross court Bowman. Anderson top of the circle. Here's a three-pointer up and around and out and pulled in by Zwicker. Point ball, 4:40 remaining. We're tied at 50. Blair on the far side, one-on-one with Anderson. Cullen top of the circle. Near side, Zwicker has it back. Erdman far side to Hoffmeister. He'll pull it back outside. Wants Blair. 4:20 remaining. We're deadlocked at 50. Cullen in the circle, steps in. Back on the near side to Erdman. On the cut to Blair down the lane. Layup is no good, but is fouled on the shot. Ball rolled off the rim, but Blair will get free throws here. Fouls on John Reigel. First on John, 7th-team foul. Smash in the bonus. And Drew Blair back on the foul line, shooting 2. Isaac Miverton off the Tiger bench. Free throws for Drew Blair, who has 37 tonight. His first shot is good. 4:13 left. Smash back on top, 51-50. Miverton for Reigel in the Tiger lineup. Isaac has 4 fouls. Blair with 38 tonight. His second free throw is up and no good, and Anderson claims the rebound. Tigers down by 1, moving back to front court. Far side, Olsen with it. Tommy holds outside the arc, hands back to Miller. 4 minutes to play. Smash by 1. Anderson, top of the circle, Miverton, near side to Bowman. Man-to-man defense by Spash. Miller, baseline to Miverton. Holds in the corner. Miller gets it back on the far wing. Starts to drive, backs in, turns, one-handers away, and good. Miller for two. Marshfield up by one with 3:35 remaining. Point to forecourt. Blair far side on Anderson. Pass back out top, knocked down by Bowman into backcourt, but taken again by Cullen. Front court feed comes to Hoffmeister. Spash has it back. Erdman holds on the near wing. Blair top of the circle on Anderson. Near side Hoffmeister. He'll drive to the foul line. Hand near side to Erdman. Can't get off the shot. Now Hoffmeister top of the circle. 3:10 to play. Marshfield by one. Blair to the foul line. Leans in. Comes back out to Erdman for a long two. It's up and no good. Long rebound collected by Bowman. And then taken away by Erdman. Hands back to Blair on the near side. Blair to the foul line. Leans in. Scoop shot good. Drew Blair with 40. Stevens Point by one. 2:50 to play. Rebounding has been a nemesis for Marshfield tonight. Miller to front court. Holds between the circles. Bowman far side. Tigers can take the lead with the basket. Bowman far sideline. Holds it. Backs it out. 2:35 left. Spash by one. Miller to the baseline. Double teamed. In the lane. Leans in. One-hander up and it rolls around and falls in. Tough shot for Reed Miller. Marshfield back up by one. 2:20 remaining. At Spash ball. Blair one-on-one with Anderson. In the lane. Caught up. Baseline to Erdman. 15-footer good. Erdman now with 12. And point goes back up by one. 2:05 left in regulation time. And we have a Marshfield timeout. Tigers use their second timeout. 2:05 remaining in regulation time. Our score is Stevens Point 55 and Marshfield 54. More basketball in just a moment.
Nasonville Dairy, family owned and operated, bringing you fresh cheese curds made daily, along with many other varieties of Wisconsin-made cheeses and treats. Don't forget to check out our cheese and sausage trays for your upcoming parties and cheese and sausage gift packages for the holiday season or any other special occasion. Nasonville Dairy, located just southwest of Marshfield on U.S. Highway 10, NasonvilleDairy.com.
Sure. Rail transport has grown every year since 1962. A leader in environmental initiatives, human resource practices, one of the safest providers of truckload services in the United States. At Rail, people are the power of red. We focus on delivering customer satisfaction, providing flawless transportation service, and maintaining excellent safety standards. If you'd like to be the power of red, call Rail Transport 715-591-3795, an equal opportunity affirmative action employer.
Tigers trail by one with 2:06 remaining in regulation time. Team that wins this game takes over first place in the Wisconsin Valley Conference. Tiger ball in front court to our left. Miller between the circles with 2 minutes to play. Far side, Tommy Olson. Tommy holds outside the arc. Brings it back out top to Bowman. Brand holds it. Backs it out. 1:45 left. Tigers down by one. Meverton far corner. Starts to drive. Kicks back out to Miller. Reed to the foul line. Pulls up. Leans in. 10-footer away and good. Marshfield by one. 90 seconds left in regulation time. Spash on offense. Blair far side. Drives on Anderson. Short jumper partially blocked, but Seth got his arm. Foul called on Anderson. Seth's third foul. 8th team foul. Coach Scheuer off the bench, not very pleased. The official asks him to calm down. Drew Blair, 40 points tonight. On the foul line to our left, shooting two. Blair 7 of 9 on the free throw line tonight. His first attempt is good. 1:26 remaining. We're tied at 56, our 5th tie of the ballgame. One more for Drew Blair. He has scored 41. His teammates have scored 15. His second foul shot is good. Blair with 42, and Stevens Point goes back up by one. 1:25 left in regulation time. Marshfield has it back. Reed Miller across the timeline. Meverton far wing. Lobs it back to Miller on the near side to the baseline. Caught up in traffic. Hands back outside to Bowman. 1:10 left in regulation time. Spash by 1. Miller near corner. On the drive, the dotted line, leans in, fadeaway away. 10-footer is up and around and out. And pulled in by Blair. Final minute. Stevens Point by 1. Spash has the ball. Blair across the timeline on Anderson. He'll hold it. Out near the center line. Starts to drive. Cut off by Seth. Pulls it back out. 45 seconds left. Spash by 1. And Blair killing some time. Dribbles around on Anderson. 40 seconds remaining. Again, Blair attempts to make a move, and Anderson bumps him. Foul called on Seth is his 4th. 9th team foul. Drew Blair back on the foul line. Blair with 42 tonight. And he'll have a 1-and-1 here. 28 seconds remaining in regulation time. I believe it's 28. That clock has been burned out for about 3 years now. It's either 28 or 38. And Blair on the foul line, shooting free throws. Here's the first. It's good. Spash by 2, 58-56. Blair with one more foul shot. He fires. It's good. Blair with 44. Tigers down by 3. Moving back into front court. Miller far side. Clock down to 30 seconds to play. Bowman back out top. Far side Miller. Tigers need 3 to tie. Miller top of the circle. On the drive. Drops the ball. Picks it back up. Lost it in the corner. Tie ball is called. Tie ball called. Possession stays with Marshfield. 20 seconds left in regulation time. Spash leads by 3. Marshfield will put the ball in play. Baseline front court. Meverden will trigger it in. Isaac looking. Hands to Miller, and he's intercepted by Blair. Blair takes away the inbound pass, and he's fouled in backcourt. No, we got a foul, timeout by Stevens Point. Tigers turned the ball over on the inbound play, and Stevens Point gets a quick timeout here with 15 seconds left. Stevens Point timeout, their 3rd. 15 seconds to play, and Spash leads 59-56. UW Stevens Point men's basketball team plays at Oshkosh tomorrow. Game time 7 p.m. Adam Fravert having a great year for the Oshkosh Ball Club. Marshfield's Matt Ostrike playing quite well for UW Platteville. Pioneers at Whitewater tomorrow evening. River Falls at Eau Claire. And the Marquette men at Xavier tomorrow evening. Coverage of that game begins at 5 o'clock tomorrow evening, right here on AM 1450 WDLB. 15 seconds left in regulation time. Stevens Point leads by 3. Costly Tiger turnover, interception on that last inbound play. And now Spash will inbound at 3-quarter court. Cullen will throw it in. Tigers need the ball back and 3 to tie. Cullen inbounds to Hoffmeister back across the timeline, and a reach-in foul on Anderson. And that'll be 5 on Anderson, I believe. But Seth had to do something to prevent a breakaway for Hoffmeister. So Anderson fouls out with 13 seconds to play and leaves with 21 points and 6 rebounds. Tiger basketball tonight on WDLB, a service of Hefco Floral Company, V&H Heavy Trucks of Marshfield and Prentice, and the Marshfield Tiger Booster Club. Anderson out. Anthony Postolick back in. We'll see Ethan, by the way, Saturday. We'll have a Marauder broadcast on Saturday here on WDLB. Marshfield and Marshfield Marauder basketball Saturday. Max Hoffmeister on the foul line to our right. Big free throws here. His first attempt is no good. 13 seconds remaining in regulation time. And Stevens Point leads 59-56. Tigers need one more miss, then a rebound and a 3-pointer to tie the ball game. Hoffmeister's second free throw, no good. Rebound to Meverden. Tigers need a 3 to tie. 11 seconds left. Miller in front court with 9-8. Far side to Olsen. Hits Bowman out top with 5-4. Near side Olsen with 3-2. Miller, a long 3 is up, and it's no good as time expires. And Stevens Point holds on to win and maintain their spot in first place in the Wisconsin Valley Conference with this win tonight. We'll have complete details on Central Wisconsin sports news on our On Sports program tomorrow, 10 a.m. right here on AM 1450 WDLB and on WDLB-WOSQ.com. Our final score this evening, the Stevens Point Panthers 59, Marshfield Tigers 56. Back with a full recap on our postgame report in just a moment.
For almost 50 years, Abbey Bank has been providing financial services to local families and businesses. What makes us different? Our partnership with the communities we serve, helping families grow, helping business grow, and celebrating important moments. With new programs and facilities, support for our youth, and help for those most in need. Abbey Bank invests in its communities and gives back locally. With locations in Abbotsford, Appleton, Medford, Wausau, and Weston, we make banking about you. Equal housing lender, member FDIC. Nasonville Dairy, family owned and operated, bringing you fresh cheese curds made daily, along with many other varieties of Wisconsin-made cheeses and treats. Don't forget to check out our cheese and sausage trays for your upcoming parties and cheese and sausage gift packages for the holiday season or any other special occasion. Nasonville Dairy, located just southwest of Marshfield on US Highway 10, NasonvilleDairy.com. For more than 50 years, V&H Automotive has been serving Marshfield and central Wisconsin with new Ford, Lincoln, and Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, and Ram trucks. Our professional staff of factory-trained sales associates, as well as parts and service personnel, are here to serve you 6 days a week. We're your neighborhood quick service experts. We provide all the services your car or truck needs most, including an in-depth vehicle checkup report on every visit. Visit us for friendly service and very competitive pricing. See V&H Automotive today.
Well, a great effort by both Marshfield Tiger basketball teams this evening, Tiger girls and boys, but both fall just shy tonight. And Stevens Point wins the boys game here by 3, and earlier tonight won the girls contest over Marshfield by a close score as well, 71-65. Our coverage of Marshfield Tiger basketball on WDLB, a service of Filker Brothers Corporation of Marshfield, manufacturers of stainless steel products. They support all youth sports and activities. Participation in high school sports builds character and teamwork. And Filker Brothers of Marshfield supports the youth of central Wisconsin. Again, our final score this evening, Stevens Point 59, the Marshfield Tigers 56. We'll come back to review the final scoring and stats in this ball game following these messages.
An excellent team is built from the ground up. It starts with a solid foundation, support among its members, and the development of a winning tradition. If you're planning to build or remodel, think of the tradition offered at Trudeau Construction of Marshfield. They handle everything from new homes to additions, remodeling projects, kitchens and baths, cabinets, wood floors, decks, and gazebos. Have a project in mind? Plan it from the ground up by dialing 387-2239 for Trudeau Construction, Marshfield.
The Hearing House. Make your house a hearing house.
Are you looking for relief from ringing in your ears? Signia Hearing Instruments has pioneered a new breakthrough technology for managing tonal tinnitus. It simply involves being fit with hearing instruments programmed for the specific hearing loss and tinnitus pitch. A filter notch placed at the pitch of the tinnitus is provided through the hearing aids. Take action today to manage your tinnitus and lessen the impact on your life. Call the Hearing House, 715-384-4700.
Hello, WDLB listeners. This is Brad Lenz, Marshfield High School graduate and CEO of Rice's Capital Carpet. As my wife Carrie and I lead our team to 2018, we would like to thank the customers that have made Rice's Capital Carpet a local favorite since 1973. We truly serve only the finest customers. Stay tuned in as our team will announce new products and services coming to Rice's Capital Carpet for 2018. It's going to be an exciting year at Rice's.
Stevens Point, the winner tonight over Marshfield, 59-56. You're listening to Marshfield Tiger basketball on AM 1450, WDLB Marshfield, and WDLB-WOSQ.com. Tom Uthmeyer, our producer this evening. I'm Gene Delisio. Our scoring recap for this evening, a service of the people for whom numbers matter the most, Edward Jones Investments of Marshfield. See Randy Gershman or Brian Kaiser for their sound investment advice. Stevens Point led by Drew Blair with 44 points. Scored 40 the first time these two teams played. 44 tonight. His season high is 47, but 44 tonight. Blair had 15 baskets. One was a 3. He was 11 of 13 on the foul line. Andrew Erdman, 12 points, 4 baskets. One was a 3. 3 of 3 on the foul line. Erdman in double figures for the 4th time this year, only the 2nd time in Spash's last 10 games. Drew Cullen, a 3-point basket for 3. Brennan Mueller did not score. Darren Zwicker did not score. He missed a foul shot. Evan Vollendorf did not score. Max Hoffmeister did not score. He missed 2 foul shots. And Nolan Blair did not score. So Drew Blair accounted for 44 of Spash's 59 points. And Andrew Erdman accounted for 12 of the remaining 15. So not a lot of balance, but still enough to win the ball game for Stevens Point. And before we get to the Marshfield scoring in this ball game, we'll bring in Marshfield Tiger basketball coach Scott Scheuer for some comments. Tigers with a great effort again tonight, but falling short against the Stevens Point Ball Club by 3, 59-56. By the way, the Tiger basketball team back in action on Thursday with a ball game against Wisconsin Rapids here at the Bosun Company Fieldhouse. Game time 7:15. Our broadcast 7 o'clock on Thursday evening right here on WDLB. Let's turn to Coach Scheuer and get some thoughts from him on this ball game. Once again, Coach, a great effort by your ball club. A tough one to lose, I'm sure, but tell us your thoughts about this performance and the performance by your ball club tonight.
Well, especially me, had a lot of time to think about this. We haven't played in 11 days. No school, no practice. Very, very happy with our effort, our performance. Most of the game, I mean, obviously we talked about one shot, and then we got to get a rebound that hurt us several times where they got a second and a third and ended up scoring. And then obviously Drew, he was Drew tonight. I thought at times we played pretty well. Defense on him, made him take a tough shot, and he hit a tough shot.
He did that quite a few times against your ball club tonight. Tell us about the defensive plan. Used man-to-man mostly, but went to that zone defense for a while in the second half. What were some of the things you were thinking about tonight?
Well, I really wanted to try and just keep him out of the lane, and I thought, going zone, we were able to do that, and then, they got a couple shooters go along with Drew, and Cullen hit a 3, and then Erdman's a good shooter. He knocked down a shot, and so now it's, just trying to keep them off balance, change the tempo a little bit, and, give them a different look. And to their credit, they made plays when they needed to.
Had a 6-point lead in the second half, and it looked like the offense kind of went stagnant on you. Couldn't score some points for a while. Stevens Point came back. Did they do something against your ball club tonight that stopped you for a while?
No, they were just, coming out a little bit higher and forcing us closer to half court, and after we talked about it, we cut back door on the overplay, and we were able to get some shots in the lane. Reed hit a couple shots in the lane, and the last one that he took rolled off. And it's those 1 or 2 possessions down the stretch that can really make or break the momentum, and we missed a shot, and they were fortunate, to get the looks that they wanted, and they made them.
Coach, even though this is a loss, I'm certainly very disappointing for you and your ball players. Here your team is playing Stevens Point with first place on the line in the month of January. It's a big game here in Marshfield, and a lot of people out here. What was it like for you and your ball players to be experiencing a ball game like this?
Well, I told the guys this hasn't happened in a long time, this late in the season, and, to have the conference title still up for grabs. I mean, by this time, the last several years, it's pretty much been wrapped up, and everybody's playing for second. I told them, I said, the good thing is, we have one day and we play again, and it's not the last game of the season, and we knew that if we won this game, we weren't going to get the trophy, but yeah, it's disappointing. We were right there, but we have to get over the hump, and hopefully this made us a little bit better, for our game on Thursday.
All right, Coach, thanks for coming by. We'll see you Thursday night.
Thanks, Gene. Appreciate it.
Marshfield Tiger basketball coach Scott Scheuer with us. Marshfield losing this ball game to Stevens Point tonight, 59-56. We'll take a break and come back with more from the Bosun Company Fieldhouse in just a moment.
Your wedding anniversary, it's a special celebration, and a special celebration calls for